We're mobile. Take Fox Sports 1350 with you using iHeartRadio. It's the IE's home for sports. KPWK AM 1350, Riverside, San Bernardino, an iHeartRadio station.
Now live from Etiwanda High School located in Rancho Cucamonga, it's Coach B.
Andy Turner with Fox Sports 1350, High School Game of the Week.
And we are live from Etiwanda, California at the High School Game of the Week, Fox Sports 1350 with Coach B and Eternal. Eternal, this is a huge game tonight. I'm really excited. This is another game in the crosstown rivalry. You think about it, we are technically in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, but this community, this area, they call it Etiwanda, California. Now, Etiwanda is coming off of a huge win. Last week was the first week in the Baseline League, and this week they have another challenger from the city of Rancho Cucamonga. Tonight they're playing the Rancho Cucamonga Cougars. So tonight is going to be a huge game for these Etiwanda Eagles as they try to go 2-0 in league. And I know you had a chance to talk to Coach Davis, and he gave you some good insight.
Yeah, they're coming off a big-time win, as you said, a huge win over Los Osos, where you saw them come back, down some points, come back and win on a heroic field goal attempt. The sophomore quarterback really showed up big time, and we're talking about none other than our guy, Patterson, the sophomore quarterback that has come out. Brandon Patterson, number 18 for the Etiwanda Eagles, really showed some maturity. Drove his team down the field and was able to get the winning score. So right now, that's the start of Baseline. So they went in, big-time victory over Los Osos. Look forward to these guys to get it now. Now, what they're going to need to get done, they're going to need to get Hillstock involved in the running game. Last week, he had over 140 yards. So if he can get going and they can get Bitterman going on the outside, it looks promising for the Eagles.
Absolutely, and we know Bitterman was slowed down a little bit in the last few games. But when you think about it, that's one of the captains for the team, and I know he wants to have a big senior year this year. So Etiwanda, this is a big game. You think about it, Etiwanda hasn't had much success lately against these Rancho Cucamonga Cougars, but the Cougars are coming in hobbled, but they're still Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah, and they have a lot of athletes. That's one thing that you're going to see with Rancho Cucamonga tonight. As you said, they're coming into this game 2-4, not the best in terms of their record, but they played some quality football teams. So Coach Davis, when I talked to him today, he reiterated to his team not to discount. Don't look at the record.
Right.
Understand that this team is legit. They can come in here, and they are capable of beating the Eagles tonight. So they want to make sure they're really focused up, locked in. And as you said, if they get this victory tonight, that'll just be something big for the school, even bigger for this community. Right now, tonight is their hero night, so all the players have some heroes, people that they admire on the sidelines with them. So it's a big-time night for Etiwanda football.
And I know you had a chance to talk to Etiwanda about that, and we have a couple of minutes before the game. And if you could take a minute, Coach Davis really went into great details with you about that. Give us a little, what is Hero Night about?
Exactly. And what Hero Night is, each one of the team, the actual Etiwanda Eagles on the football team, on the varsity team, they were asked to go out, bring somebody to the game, and have them hang out with them, somebody that they admire. Obviously, somebody that they want to kind of, that hasn't given them some kind of encouragement. So in the beginning of the game, you saw a lot of folks out there that were out there, that, again, that being Hero Night. These are people that have actually encouraged the Etiwanda Eagles team, and I think it was a great thing that they were doing.
And that's great, and I certainly agree with you. It's always good when you can have these young football players, and I can't say young gentlemen because there's actually there are young ladies on the football team as well. When you have these young Eagles out here and they can show their appreciation to people who meant something in their life, that's always important.
Indeed, and just to kind of build on that in terms of young ladies, tonight is also a night special for the Etiwanda cheerleaders. Tonight is Little Eagles night, so they have the Little Eagles, and now what happened with that is you're going to see the youngsters that are out there. They're out there in their pink, and again tonight is pink in terms of celebrating breast cancer awareness, and so the Little Eagles are out there, and what they did, the cheer had basically like a camp for these young up-and-coming cheerleaders last Saturday, and now they're actually out here joining the Etiwanda varsity team, cheering on the game.
Right, and that's great stuff. And you love to see that. And Etiwanda, it looks like Etiwanda has deferred, and they're going to kick the ball off to Rancho Cucamonga. And this is one I don't know about you, but you can feel the magic in the air tonight. Like I said, it's a crosstown rivalry. Etiwanda won their first game in Baseline, and that just so happened to be against the other team in Rancho Cucamonga, and that was against Los Osos. So last week, Etiwanda had a big win. As you said, last-minute heroics by the sophomore quarterback, won 24-21 on a last-minute field goal. And as I said, the Rancho Cucamonga Cougars, they're coming in a little bit hobbled. Well, actually, last week, they got a win as well. They beat Chino Hills 35-14. So both teams are coming in on winning streak.
Yeah, you have both teams right now that are in there that are 1-0 in league. So here we go.
And there we go. Etiwanda kicks the ball off, and it looks like they're going to call that dead. So it looks like it must have been he took a knee when he got it. And they're going to have the ball it looks like it's going to be at the 30-yard line for Rancho Cucamonga, as they're going to get the ball first. One thing about this, I've never seen this, and I got to take my hat off to the Etiwanda Eagles. They have a digital down marker. I've never seen that.
That is the first time I've seen it. Clearly the first time I've seen that ever at a high school game. So
ever, period. I've never seen that at any level.
Yeah, true, right, actually, to tell the truth. So that's going to be something interesting. That's going to be – we'll see if that actually affects the game at all.
So Rancho's got 1st and 10. They're coming out throwing. And on that play, it looks like that was an incomplete pass there. And I can tell because you can hear the Etiwanda Eagles fans cheering out there. So the first play for Rancho Cucamonga was an unsuccessful pass out there, as it is first and now it would be 2nd down, and the ball is spotted at Rancho Cucamonga's own 30-yard line, and they're ready to snap the ball. They have their quarterback, and their quarterback for Rancho Cucamonga is going to be number 1, and they're ready to run it and gun it. And look at that, he's in the pocket again, and he's scrambling. He's got some room. He picks up a few yards on the play, and he gets that pass off.
Yeah, and you saw right there the quarterback. That's going to be C.J. Stroud for the Rancho Cucamonga Cougars, and he is a junior quarterback, and let's see what he can do tonight.
And it looks like on that play they picked up about 7 yards on that play. So
yeah,
now
close
you're
to 8
looking
yards.
At 3rd and 1. So actually it was about 9 yards. So you're looking at 3rd and 1 as they hike the ball. One shot I don't want to give to the starting center for Rancho Cucamonga is going to be Constable. His brother was a Inland Valley Honors. Now they hand the ball off to number 20, and look at that. He picks up tough yards right there for number 20 for Rancho Cucamonga, and that's going to be Mark Perry.
Mark Perry, he's coming in, and Mark Perry is a senior running back right now, 352 yards on the season. So let's see if he can get loose for these Rancho Cucamonga Cougars.
And like we said, we don't talk a lot about the centers, but number 60, Noah Constable, is going to be their starting center for them. So let's see what we have here. Now they hand the ball off, and there we go. With that run again is Mark Perry as he breaks out to the outside. And Mark Perry, look at that tough run. Look at him pull it. He gets the ball all the way up to the 50-yard line on that play.
And what you saw right there was Mark Perry stretch out that play. He got the Eagles to commit to the outside and then was able to break that ball back into the inside for some very positive yards.
And Mark Perry, he's a converted. He was a wide receiver last year, and he's made the adjustment over to running back. And now you're looking at 2nd and 2. The ball is now at the 50-yard line. Brief little history about Mark Perry. I know a lot about Mr. Perry. I actually coached him with the Fontana Titans. Great little athlete he was. And you can see he's developed. They faked the ball, pitched it out. What a great play right there as they did the reverse, and they pitched it out to number 18, and that's going to be Jackson.
And was that number 18 or was that number 8? That was 18. That was a good job on that. 18 right there. Number 18, Khalil Jackson, the senior running back for the Rancho Cucamonga Cougars, and they're right there, advancing up the field slowly but surely.
And they picked up the first down. Now they have the ball at Etiwanda's about 46-yard line. And look at that, CJ. Look at that sack right there. And was that our captain that came in there and got him?
That was Henderson right there. A sack fumble leads the team in tackles. And it looks like there's going to be a flag on the Etiwanda sideline right there. Oh, wow. This could be big.
Yes, it could. And that was a huge sack right there. We'll see what they're saying. Usually with that, it's just a delay of game. And the first one, it's usually a warning.
Right.
So I think they'll be fine on that first one. We'll see. Yeah, it's a sideline infraction. That's just typically a warning the first time out.
Right. And I'm trying to see right now if it looks like the Cougars are not getting off the field. So it was a strip sack, but it looks like the Cougars were able to recover the fumble. and lost about 10 yards on the play.
So that now they have the ball back at their own 45-yard line. But it's 1st and 10, like you said, which is interesting. And they got C.J. And look at there he is, another unassisted sack right there by number 76 for your Etiwanda Eagles. They get C.J.
And it looks like what happened was they didn't update the scoreboard, but right now you see it is 3rd and forever right now. I mean, my goodness, it's at least, to get it back to where it was it's at least 20 yards.
Right. So you are correct. So it's 3rd and 35, 9 minutes and 53 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And the ball is all the way on their own 27-yard line. They hand the ball off to Perry, and he's got some room. Can he get it? He picked up about 10 yards on that play.
And what you saw right there, again, you didn't, the Etiwanda defense, there was a player there that made the initial hit, and he just swung him around, didn't finish the tackle, and Perry was able to advance for 10 more yards. Great play.
And that's one of the things. They had 35 yards to make up, but that's one of the things. Coach Davis, come film study on Monday, that's going to be an unpleasant conversation.
No question about that. And, again, with him as well as Coach Nglima, who is the defensive coordinator for the Eagles.
So it's 4th down and about 23. So Rancho Cucamonga, their first drive, it wasn't a 3-and-out, but they have chosen to punt the ball. And there's a chance to make a move right there. But that was Wilson.
That's Dalen Wilson right there, the junior. And Dalen Wilson is a guy you want to keep your eye on tonight. One of the only Etiwanda Eagles that has a rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and an interception.
So you're saying he's the guy?
Very well could be.
Yes, he is. Great. So Etiwanda, with 9 minutes and 2 seconds to go here in the first quarter, Etiwanda will get their first crack at it here in the ball game with 9 minutes and 2 seconds to go. And coming out on the field, as usual, their sophomore sensation at quarterback, and that's going to be Brandon Patterson. He's in, I would call that a pistol formation as he sets up. But we'll see who's back there in the backfield with him.
Looks like that's No, it's not Hillstock. That's going to be their other back. That's going to be.
That is Hillstock. That is number 5. That is Hillstock.
Okay.
And he pulls it in and gets it out to Williams. And that's a great little play right there. Great start right there. Gets it out to number 6, Malachi Williams. And that was about a 6-yard pickup there on first down.
And that's Malachi Williams right now. Malachi Williams averaging roughly about 14 yards per catch. And he's a guy you want to watch out for.
He is the senior, and look at that. They get Hillstock right in the backfield, and on the second down, it was 2nd and about 3, and they pushed them back. I would say about 2 or 3 yards. So now you're looking at 3rd and 6. The ball is now spotted on about the 39-yard line.
And for Etiwanda, that's something you want to make sure that you watch. You don't want to lose yards, especially early in the downs.
Not against Rancho. As if they get it out there. He gets it out to Bitterman, and that just dribbles off of his hand. So that looks like that may be a quick 3-and-out, and that could spell trouble for Etiwanda.
It really is, and right there it looks like Bitterman had to come back to the ball. It was thrown just a little bit short, so they weren't unable to complete that pass. Had he caught it, looks like they had enough for the first down, but they're going to go ahead and bring the punting team out.
It's one of those things where they have to get their rhythm, and in time to get it. We're still dealing with a sophomore quarterback.
No question about it. And you got to think the Eagles, when they started, before they scored in the third quarter, they were on a 6-quarter streak where they were scoreless. Scoreless the whole entire game for Santiago, and then scoreless for the first 2 quarters against Los Osos.
Absolutely. And they almost got to that punt. That was close right there, and the ball bounces off, and you see Rancho gets out of the way. Great punt. Actually, it got a real Etiwanda-friendly bounce and dribbled down to about the 21-yard line. Really great concentration by the Etiwanda kicker right there. Keeping focus. He had Cougars all over the place. Kept his focus and got a good kickoff for the Eagles. Absolutely. So now with 8 minutes and 1 second to go, Etiwanda now, they kick the ball back to Rancho Cucamonga. So Rancho Cucamonga, it looks like they spotted the ball actually at the 20. So that turns out to be an excellent punt for them. So now let's see what Rancho Cucamonga can do. As we said, they have their quarterback back out there, and that's going to be number 2, and that's going to be CJ. And he hands it off. Look, that's a nice little sweet play, but no, right there they gave it off to number 3. And look at Etiwanda. That was Wilson that shut him down right off the top. And that's going to be number 3 for Rancho Cucamonga. That's going to be Devin Gitchaway. He's going to be the senior wide receiver, 5'11", 163 for the Rancho Cucamonga Cougars, and was able to get, looks like
looks like it got right back to the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. And that Etiwanda's defense is showing them. That's a nice little slant right there. Quick pass from C.J., and he hits his receiver. And on that play, we will have to see what his number was. It looks like that was number 5 for Rancho Cucamonga with his Bowden. So with 7 minutes and 15 seconds to go, still a scoreless game here. Rancho Cucamonga, their ball is now they're on their own 27-yard line. It's 3rd and 3. But Rancho, they moved the ball, got a couple of first downs, but they were stopped in their tracks, and they get the dive play, and that went absolutely nowhere.
And that looks like Henderson again.
Is he having a game tonight?
Yeah, Henderson is just, again, they do a really good job. Henderson and the other linebacker, number 55, Watson, they do a good job of just really sealing up that inside in there. And there you saw right there, Watson and Henderson were able to get hats on the ball carrier. And now it's 4th and short.
4th and short, and I don't see the punt crew. And they're going for it. And they get that play right off tackle, sweep left, and they get the first down. You talk about rolling the dice. The ball was at their own 27-yard line, and Rancho said, we're going to go for it, and they get that first down.
And right now they're playing desperate football. Rancho needs this game desperate. And you see him right now. You see the coach putting the faith in the offense to see if they can get that conversion. One
thing that Coach Davis has always preached is now is when the real season starts, because now you're in league football. This is what decides playoffs, and especially this is what decides league. So, and Etiwanda, they got him jumping. On that play, they got a offsides on Etiwanda as Rancho came up to the line on first down. The ball was at the 35. Now it's at the 40. Got Etiwanda jumping. You know that's something that Coach Davis isn't going to like.
Yeah, you want to try to
quick little out route, and on that, right there. And Rancho is moving the ball, picks up on that quick little out route right there as he hits his receiver.
And you got, and right now, as you said, you have C.J. Stroud out there at quarterback right now. Comes into this game with 76 completions on 130 attempts. A capable quarterback. Only 8 touchdowns on the year, but he's somebody that can get the job done for the Cougars.
Absolutely, and that was Gertchen that he got the pass to. And they hand the ball off, and it looks like there's a flag there, and that's usually in the area of holding. So let's see what's going to go on with them on that play.
Really good job right there by Etiwanda. You saw number 14, Nick Prohakovich. Excuse me, if I'm saying his name right. And he was able to go in there. A great play. Looked like he was blitzing on that play. Got around and had the running back have to make a quick move. And it looks like they were able to get the holding call, as you mentioned, on the Cougars. So they're going to push them back a little bit behind the first down line.
And with that, that's something that you know that they're not going to be happy with on the Rancho Cucamonga side. So let's see what Etiwanda, and they're going to pass, and they're going deep. And you talk about that was a Christmas gift. They went deep. That was about a 50-yard bomb, and that just dribbled right off of the receiver's hand on that play. And that was number 8 they went for, and that was Dixon Veal.
And Mr. Veal right there, he's going to have to do some explaining because he was wide open.
Yes, absolutely, and that was 3rd and 12. And on a play like that, in a game like this, is so or 2nd and 12, I'm sorry, and you've got to make those plays. And this looks like a screenplay, and they set it up, and they picked it right up. And this time they get it to Mr. Veal, and on that, Dixon Veal, and he picks up, it was 3rd and 12, and on that little screenplay, he picked up about 15.
A great job by C.J. Stroud, and again, a quarterback, again, having that, you have to make sure that you allow that defense to come in just enough to where you can make that screen work, and you saw him draw that defense in. A good job of picking up the first down.
So you're looking at 1st and 10. The ball now is squarely on the 50-yard line. 5 minutes and 29 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Etiwanda against the visiting Rancho Cucamonga Cougars, and C.J. rolls out. And he's got room. He's got some room. But he stepped out. He picked up on that quarterback keeper. Looks like he picked up, I'd say about 4 yards on that play. And there's another flag on the play.
And he had something to say on the sidelines there. I wonder if that's unsportsmanlike on Rancho Cucamonga. Looks like he had a little conversation with some of the Eagles on the sideline there, and looks like the referee may have caught it. We're going to see here.
And with this game, there's a lot of emotions. A game like this can get chippy and out of hand, so you can see the referees aren't going to play around with that. 2
Rancho Cucamonga teams, and even though it's right on the borderline. Here we go right here. Unsportsmanlike conduct, and that's going to be on the offense.
Good call. Good. I didn't catch that. Good call.
Yeah, and what you saw there was the quarterback, again, making a positive play, but then shoots himself right in the foot by excessive talking on the sidelines there. and he got caught. The referee is all over it right now. You can see the referee is watching for this because they know these teams are so close together. The kids get a little chippy, so they're really calling the calls close early in the game to make sure they prevent against that.
And like we said, these teams are both in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, so these kids will see each other at Victoria Gardens. It's a small town, so you want to keep a game like this in check. 5 minutes and 18 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And last year, Rancho Cucamonga, the last 2 years, Rancho has beat Etiwanda convincingly.
Yes.
So you and I know Etiwanda wants this game. There's seniors out here that want to go out with a win against their number one crosstown rival.
No question. And even right now, Rancho Cucamonga coming into this game with a record of 2-4. This is a game Rancho Cucamonga team. You see them out there playing with a lot of energy tonight. So they also want to make sure that they win this game as well.
Absolutely. CJ hands it off. That was a little counter. And on that play, boy, did he get stuffed in the backfield. I mean, if he was a turkey, you'd be full for a week. 3rd and 20 now after that unsportsmanlike conduct. But they stuffed him on that play.
And guess who that was? Team captain Henderson right there came in, was not fooled on the counter at all. And, again, another big-time tackle for a loss for the Eagles.
2-time 2-year-in-a-row team captain. And once again, you're listening to the Fox Sports 1350 High School Game of the Week. So happy you're joining us tonight. We're here in the city of Rancho Cucamonga on the campus of Etiwanda High School as your Eagles take on the visiting Rancho Cucamonga Cougars. And the quarterback is the keeper. CJ is going to keep that, and it's going to be you got to be careful with that. And that looks like he got rolled out of bounds with 4 minutes and 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go. And that was the keeper for CJ. And you can see he was looking for a penalty, but I think he thought he was in Hollywood and did a little acting there.
Well, what happened was he kept the ball a little too long on there. He was trying to dance on the sideline. So when you're doing that, you're especially when you're running the football and you're past the line of scrimmage, you can get hit.
Absolutely.
And that was a good job by Watson right there, staying within the play. Got a good hit on him while he was in the field of play, and he fell out of bounds.
And I've seen that happen before, where they'll escort the quarterback to the Gatorade.
Oh, exactly.
And say, here's the bath for you.
Yeah, indeed.
So Rancho Cucamonga is going to second punt of the night, and they get the ball off once again as a punt to Wilson, and Wilson's going to let it bounce, just let it dribble. And it takes a Etiwanda bounce and curls back, and it gets to about the 28-yard line. And while we have a break in the action, we want to make sure we thank all of our sponsors here for tonight's broadcast. The first one we want to thank is Navarre Wholesale. Navarre Wholesale believes that the car buying experience should be a hassle-free and stress-free experience. They have only the best hand-selected cars with pre-approvals through their 100% secure credit application. With finance experts ready to help, you can rest assured that they will do everything at Navarre Wholesale to take care of you. Their years of experience in business has helped them develop that relationship. Visit them at their car lot located at 1793 Valley Boulevard in Bloomington. That's 1793 Valley Boulevard in Bloomington. Or call them at 909-260-3883. That's 909-260-3883. Navarre Wholesale.
And here's Etiwanda right here. Going to start off right now. 4 minutes and 27 seconds to go in the first quarter at the Cougars' 30-yard line. And let's see what they can do right here on this offensive possession.
And almost the entire quarter is gone. And this is some of the best field position they've had all night.
Yeah, they really have.
They get the ball up. That was just a little bit high, and that's difficult. Your quarterback, Brandon Patterson, he tried to hit his receiver, and you just don't want to leave your receiver exposed like that. He was trying to hit Dillard.
Yeah, Patterson is normally very good with the ball. On the season, 12 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions. So for a sophomore quarterback, first time starting varsity, really good stats there.
4 minutes and 26 seconds. They're going to go to the air again. He gets hit in on that play. Are they going to call that an incomplete?
They're going to call that, yeah.
Incomplete pass on that play.
Good job by the referee right there. He saw the arm in motion, and the ball got knocked away, and he was on that. That was a really good job by the Cougars right there. Caught him on his blind side and were able to get that ball lodged. But, again, the arm was in motion, incomplete pass.
So you're looking at 3rd and 10. The ball is on Etiwanda's own 30-yard line. 4 minutes and 18 seconds to go. We're still here in the first quarter here on Etiwanda Eagles Stadium. And they hand the ball up, and he's going in the air. He's got a receiver, and that was a lot of jostling as he tried to hit Bitterman. There's a lot of jostling on that play.
It was right there. And, again, the quarterback threw the ball on the outside. And Bitterman's going to him and telling him right now, like, hey, I need that ball in the inside. Because if he throws that ball in the inside, Bitterman is still running. So it was a little bit of a miscommunication right there. But, again, Patterson, a poised quarterback, he knows he made a mistake. and I'm sure he'll correct it going forward.
And again, that was a quick 3-and-out for Etiwanda. They haven't had a lot of time of possession, fourth down from their own 30, and they're going to punt the ball. So they haven't had a lot of time of possession.
Yeah, I think what they're going to have to do is shorten the routes up just a little bit in order to get the offense going just a little bit here. Because I think some of the plays have been going a little bit long.
And Silas Bowden gets the ball, and there's a flag on the play, and it looks like that was going to be a late hit out of bounds.
Yeah, let's see what happens here, because it looks like they were locked in. And if this is a 15-yarder, that'll put
them almost in midfield.
That'll put them past midfield, actually, because right now they're at the 41. So if they get 15 yards here, they're going to be inside the Etiwanda territory.
And it looks like on that play, you are right. It looks like they're going to spot that. They're going to spot that ball all the way at the Etiwanda's now 45-yard line.
Right.
That is huge.
A big-time play right there, and that's why I said again these penalties right now are critical. Not a lot of penalties being called, but the ones that have been called are extremely critical in terms of field position.
4 minutes, 6 seconds to go. 1st and 10. Rancho Cucamonga's already in Etiwanda's territory, and they get the ball. This is some of the best field position they've had as well. CJ, he fakes the handoff. He's going up top, and he's got a man. And just like that, you have a touchdown for the Rancho Cucamonga Cougars. That's going to be a 45-yard touchdown pass.
And this may come back. This may come back here, and it looks like.
And that was the getaway. And that was a 45-yard pass. And like you said, I didn't see a flag out there, but I don't see a celebration either.
And let's see what we have here. It looks like there's, if I'm not mistaken, they're saying that's an illegal man downfield.
Okay, good call. And while they figure that out.
Yeah, that's a legal man downfield right there.
And that's huge. You talk about that was a 45-yard touchdown pass that now, and a great setup. They faked the dive and went right over the top. And you can see Rancho Cucamonga clearly see something on tape because they're going deep.
Yes, they are. And as you said, the play action right there caught the receiver on a streak pattern. The Eagles' backfield, the defensive backfield, was really caught off guard there. The defensive back made a risky play there with nobody to help him on the back end. So that's one play right there. You have to really be careful on that one.
And one thing I know, the safeties are really close to the line of scrimmage. And look at that. He just ran him over. What a play right there by the running back. That looked like a tractor trailer out there. What a huge run.
Cougars introduced themselves to the Eagles, and that right there was a big-time varsity football run. I mean, he put the hat on them.
I didn't get his number on that play, but that was a huge run.
Wow.
Yeah, hello and welcome. He said we're here from Rancho Cucamonga. 3 minutes, 38 seconds to go, 1st and 10. And they have a stretch play, and they see something they like, and you have 5 yards. Just sitting here. He looks like he's going to get to the end zone, and indeed he does. That's a touchdown play, and Rancho picks that up, and that was a huge run right there by number 18 for Rancho Cucamonga as he gets that touchdown run, and that's going to be Caleb Jackson.
And right now they really have the Eagles defense, right now on their heels. And you can see right now the Eagles players, they're looking at themselves, pointing at themselves. So they're in disarray right now. So I can see Coach Nglima's going to have to kind of pull his captains aside and really get these guys going right now, because you can see the Cougars are starting to get some confidence in the offensive play calling and starting to make some big plays happen.
So that's 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go here from Etiwanda Eagle Stadium. Rancho Cucamonga, as you say, they're starting to feel it right now, and they're seeing something. One, they're passing deep, and also they're passing deep, and they're stretching the field. So that's another thing. So while we have a break in the action, we want to go ahead and thank another sponsor, Sal Hernandez. Log on to Sal Hernandez of Mountain View Financial. As a branch manager, he will pair you up with a licensed mortgage loan originator who will walk you through every step of the home loan process. Ensuring that you make the right choice for you and your family is his ultimate goal. He is committed to providing his clients with mortgage services that exceed their expectations. Browse his website at salhernandez.com. Check out the different loan programs that he has available to you. Use his decision-making tool and his calculator. Apply for a loan in just 4 easy steps with a pre-qualified application. salhernandez.com. So with that, Rancho Cucamonga takes the lead 7-0, and it looks like they kicked a short one. Or they almost caught Etiwanda off guard, but they did not. But Etiwanda's going to get some decent field position as they recovered that point. It was a little pooch kick, and they'll get the ball at about the 41-yard line.
Right. You see, they made the squib kick trying to get, and generally you do that to try to get the ball into the non-playmaker's hands. But Etiwanda did a really good job of understanding that, and they got into the playmaker's hands. And as you mentioned, really good field position for the Eagles right here.
Absolutely. So this is some of the best field position they've had. Etiwanda, as you said, they just got to slow it down and get in their groove. They have Brandon Patterson coming out and Hillstock coming out. Hillstock, of course, is one of the senior captains. If they can just get a few plays, because the last two times they've had the ball, it's been 3 and out.
Yeah, and they really got to get, like I said, to me, I think they need to shorten up the routes a little bit, maybe run the football here.
And they get the ball off to Hillstock, and that's what you need. Hillstock picks up about 3 or 4 yards on 1st and 10. The ball was at the 41-yard line. You have 3 minutes and 14 seconds to go as Etiwanda tries to get the ball going. And then we didn't get a chance to say at the top of the game, but Etiwanda has their home jerseys on tonight, black pants and black tops. Their numbers are gold trimmed in red. And then Rancho Cucamonga, of course, has black pants, white jersey trimmed in the purple. And they hand the ball off again to Hillstock, and Hillstock was stopped right in the backfield on 2nd and 8, and it looks like he may have lost some yards on that play. Really
impressed with Rancho Cucamonga's defense tonight. They're just really not allowing the run to happen. And then when they're dropping back to pass, the Cougars are doing a good job of getting in the face of the sophomore quarterback, really making things tough and keeping them behind the sticks. Everything's been 3rd and long, and so let's see if they can complete here.
Absolutely. So. And he fakes it, gets it off to Bitterman. Bitterman has a little sweep on that play. It looks like it was 3rd and 8, and looks like Bitterman may have picked up.
And you got to think about it. They had a player wide open, and there's nobody. When I say nobody on him, there was nobody on him.
And that was Williams.
And they had Williams, wide. And as soon as the play was over, there was 5 coaches pointing at him going, who were you throwing the ball to?
Right, absolutely. And that's one of the things that's you have a sophomore quarterback, he'll learn. He'll get better. He'll develop. But that's one of the things when you have a sophomore quarterback. He's learning. He's maturing right in front of us.
Right. And he just didn't see that. Because right now they're keying on Bitterman. They almost blocked again.
And that's going to take a great Etiwanda bounce. And that was probably a mistake for him to pick that ball up.
A big mistake.
As Etiwanda. But then again, if you don't catch it, they'll down it probably at the 5-yard line. So he's trying to lessen the damage on that play as Rancho takes the ball at their 5-yard line.
Well, even further, you want to fair catch that just to make sure.
That too. Good point.
But that was a good job by the Eagles right there, understanding and got the Cougars in some very compromising field position at the 15-yard line of the Eagles.
Absolutely. And while we have a moment, Tough Shed is more than great sheds. They're garages, camper shells, and custom structures, too. Tough Shed has been providing building solutions since 1981, creating hundreds of thousands of buildings and happy customers along the way. Visit them on the web today at toughsheds.com. That's toughsheds.com. Or give them a call at 1-800-BUY-TOUGH. That's 1-800-BUYTUFF. As Rancho Cucamonga gets the ball on 1st and 10, and they do a sweep on that play, and it looks like they picked up maybe 3 or 4 yards on that play. So you're looking at 2nd and about 6.
And it's been impressive. Since you've seen the Cougars right here. Once they've gotten some momentum going, they've been really doing a good job on 1st down with getting 4 to 5 yard plays.
2nd and 6, the ball is about their 19-yard line. As they hand the ball, it looks like they're going with a reverse, and they hand the ball off. And Etiwanda was there, but they have to make that play in the background as they hand the ball off to number 82 on that play. And 82 for Rancho is going to be Nick Bousquet.
And like you said, right now, Etiwanda defense, they're able to get out there. They're getting in the backfield, just not able to get complete the tackle. However, right now they are in 3rd and long. So let's see if the Eagles can complete this.
3rd and 7, and it looks like they're going to go, and they have a quick split, and that was a dangerous pass, almost intercepted as he targeted Dixon Veal again, and it was just a little bit out of his reach on that play.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud, again, right there. You see he's a gamer. He threw it out there in traffic, and that was one of those plays right there. It almost was intercepted. As you said, it bounced off the Cougars player, the receiver, and one of the DBs from the Eagles was almost able to make a play on that.
And that's one thing about Dixon Veal. If he does not jump out and at least deflect that ball,
it's for going for 6.
That's a pick 6, absolutely. 4th and 7, Rancho Cucamonga has decided to kick the ball away, and deep for Etiwanda is going to be number 2, and that's going to be Wilson. And Wilson, he's going to brush it off and just let it dribble, and it dribbles down to about the 44-yard line. And Etiwanda, again, some great field position. And while we have a break, what we want to do, we want to thank Snyder Collision Center. Since 1964, Snyder Collision Center, a certified collision repair facility, has been a family-owned and operated business providing extraordinary repair experience throughout the San Gabriel Valley and the Inland Empire, with locations conveniently located in Alhambra, Corona, Duarte, Fontana, Glendora, La Puente, Loma Linda, Montebello, Ontario, Pasadena, Paris, Riverside, Rosemead, and West Covina. Contact them today at 888-722-0088. That's 888-722-0088, or at SnyderCC.com. That's SEIDNERSCC.com. And on first down, Etiwanda tries to run the ball, and I tell you, their run plays are getting stuffed.
They are, and right now, it's like I said. To me, I just think they really need to maybe incorporate some short passing plays, almost kind of like how the West Coast offense is, where you almost like short running plays that you can get to really kind of get this Cougars team to open up a little bit, because they're really keying in on the run right now. And it looks like the Eagles are going to go ahead and call timeout.
Oh, that's the end of the
first quarter.
So that's going to be the end of the first quarter. Etiwanda has the ball at their own 44-yard line, so it's 2nd and 11 when we go back and we start the second quarter. One thing we can say, Etiwanda has not got into the end zone yet, but one thing that we can say is a positive is that they're keeping the Rancho Cucamonga team within check. It's only 7-0 at the end of one quarter.
Right, and right now, Rancho Cucamonga, to me, they've been impressive on the offensive end. Obviously, on the defense, they've been really stout, but offensively, they've really gotten the Eagles on their heels, making all sorts of plays, really doing a good job of reverses, counters, and then obviously trying to open the field up by throwing some big plays. So let's see what happens here in the second quarter.
Absolutely. And I think if one positive, as I said, even though they are behind, I can tell you right now, Coach Davis, he wants to if he can keep it close going into the fourth quarter, Coach Davis will take that.
No, he feels good about that. And again, even though right now you see the quarterback has missed a couple big time plays here, he's a solid quarterback. Again, a sophomore quarterback, he's going to go through his lumps. But a kid has come in, again, 12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. You put your money with him.
Absolutely. And as we said, at the end of one quarter, Etiwanda trails the visiting Rancho Cucamonga team 7-0 here. Only one touchdown. It was a touchdown pass. And Etiwanda, they are throwing. Like you said, a quick little short throw, but that was just a little short on that play from Brandon Patterson.
And again, what you saw right there, you saw the Rancho Cucamonga linebacker came in there almost free and put a lot of pressure on Patterson. So Patterson has not had a chance to really be comfortable out there in the pocket. Everything has been closing in on him. So Rancho Cucamonga, their defense has been really, really solid out there tonight.
And you're looking at 3rd and 11, and that's always a difficult situation when you're looking at 3rd and 11. And they're passing again, and he's got a guy, and he's got a man. Now, it depends on the spot. Are they going to give him enough of the first?
It's just enough for the way he's looking right now. It's just enough for a first down. And they're going to give it to him.
And there you go. And I stand corrected. I apologize. The first touchdown for Rancho Cucamonga, I just got a correction back from the station, is Caleb Jackson. And he had a 26-yard touchdown run to put Rancho Cucamonga up 6-0.
And that was Zachary Bitterman that made the big 3rd and 11 conversion right there. Big 6'3" target for the Eagles. Made a great catch on the sideline. Young Sunshine comes through for the Eagles.
And on that play, it was 1st and 10, and that play was stuffed right at the gate, and it looks like it's going to be 2nd and 11. And I don't know if you see this, but what I see is they are really locked in on, like you said, the key guys on Bitterman and Hillstock. And on that play was a fake where the quarterback could have kept it, and you can see they're almost daring Etiwanda to let that sophomore quarterback beat them. And it looks like there's going to be a screen play. Great play for an aggressive defense, but look at that linebacker recover and get there, and that looked like a late hit out of bounds, but there's no call on that.
Yeah, well, the whistle didn't blow, and it looks like the runner still trying to advance upfield. But as you said, a great job by the linebacker for the Rancho Cucamonga Cougars was not fooled there. Did a good job of staying home, and he was all over that running back on the screenplay, and it looks like they lost a little bit of yardage right there. So 3rd and long again, for the Eagles.
So you're looking at 3rd and 12. The ball is now 3rd and 12 on. They're in Rancho Cucamonga territory, but they're at their 47-yard line.
There's no safety. There's no safety in the back.
Absolutely. And they're going to roll out. They're going to let the young man roll out. You got to get rid of that young man. He's outside of the tackles. He didn't have anyone. They were completely suffocated on that play.
And what it was he was trying to roll out. If he had the presence of mind just to kind of go to the other side, there was open field to the left of him, and he just didn't see it there. So again, a good job of at least throwing the football away. But you can see the coaching staff is trying to alert him to there is opportunities out there.
Right, absolutely. It's difficult when the play is for you to roll one way to reverse your motion, because you know you got that DN from the other side coming behind you.
Right.
10 minutes and 29 seconds to go. Etiwanda is still down 7-0, and Coach Davis is coming out, and he's going to coach them up. We're going to see, are they going to punt here, or are they going to roll the dice and go for it?
Yeah, this is a big I don't know. This is a place right here. Rancho Cucamonga has been doing a really good job of working the football downfield. To me, you kick this here.
Yes, it's too early in the game.
Yeah, to me.
But then again, that's why we're in the booth, right?
Exactly. We're not getting paid to call X's and O's. But no, to me, right here, you kick the football. You give your defense a chance here. But we'll see what Coach Davis has up the sleeve.
Absolutely. And while we have the break in the action, again, we want to thank the sponsors. Without the sponsors, these games wouldn't be possible. So we want to thank Snyder Collision Center. Since 1964, Snyder Collision Center has been a certified collision repair center, family-owned and operated, providing extraordinary repair experience throughout San Gabriel Valley and the Inland Empire, with locations, so they are going to punt the ball, with locations conveniently in Alhambra, Corona, Duarte, Fontana, Glendora.
The punt was over the head of the kicker.
Oh, wow.
And it looks like they're going to recover the football, and the kicker recovered the football, but the Cougars are going to have the ball at the Etiwanda
20-yard line. Wow, that's huge. So as we were saying about Snyder, they're located in Glendora, La Puente, Loma Linda, Montebello, Ontario, Pasadena, Paris, Riverside, Rosemead, and West Covina. Contact them today at 888-722-0088. That's 888-722-0088, or visit them on the web at SnyderCC.com. That's SEIDNERSCC.com. And as you say, 1st and 10 now for Rancho Cucamonga. They're at Etiwanda's 20-yard line. You talk about being deep. And CJ, the quarterback, he's going. And he had a receiver. And what a great breakup for Etiwanda by Outland.
That's going to be Getchaway right there. Getchaway had two hands on the football, just was not able to bring it in. Again, a good job by the Etiwanda defenders. At least had them surrounded and make it uncomfortable for them.
And that was Getchaway that was targeted, but Outland for Etiwanda provided some great defense. Now you're looking at 2nd and 10, ball is on the 20-yard line. Etiwanda's playing some tight defense. In Rancho, they're throwing. And CJ, he's scrambling out, doesn't have a player, but he throws the ball away. And it looks like that's going to be another incomplete. So now you're looking at 3rd and 10. Is that a little aggressive, the way they run the ball?
I honestly, like you said, I'm a little baffled by that as well, because now you've had two plays. You haven't moved the ball at all. And we've seen them run the ball on 1st down and get 4 and 5 yards a pop. So it is a little confusing why they chose to do two pass plays out, considering the field position.
And now you're 3rd and 10. The ball's still at the 20-yard line. 10 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the 2nd quarter, and they do run the ball. And like you say, they like clockwork. They pick up about 3 or 4 yards. But the problem was it was 3rd and 10.
Again, and a good job right there by the Etiwanda defensive backfield. The corner did his job, forced the running back into the inside. The linebackers, they had time.
But this is a game of position, and and Rancho said this is a 4-down territory.
Indeed, yeah.
I don't see a field goal kicker.
Well, and this, if I'm Coach Davis, you welcome this. I mean, you welcome this right here, because if they kick, to me, this is an easy field goal, but it looks like they don't have a kicker.
4th and 8. And Rancho is throwing. CJ is rolling back. He's getting pressure, and Etiwanda is there. And he had a receiver,
and that's
but he
be
fell.
down.
In high school, when you fall, you can't get back up.
And that was a great job by Etiwanda. And to me, I don't understand the play call. And you can see the quarterback, C.J. Stroud, he's complaining. He's making some complaints now, because I guess there's some chatter going on the sidelines. But there's no referee there this time.
So there's no harm, no foul for Etiwanda. You think about it, they're going to get the ball back at their own 20-yard line. So it's like getting a kickoff.
Exactly. And right there, that's why I said for Rancho Cucamonga, that's a devastating
1st and 10 from the 20.
Yeah, you had the ball right there, and you can't even put 3 points on the board. If you're Etiwanda, you consider this a gift.
Right, absolutely. So you're looking at 9 minutes and 26 seconds to go. Etowanda has the ball at Rancho's 20, hands the ball off to Hillstock, and boy, did he get met at the line of scrimmage.
And finally, they got some. You see right now they're starting to run the ball, and they got a little momentum. It looks like right there, at least they got about 3 yards there, but that was a really tough 3 yards.
And it looks like they're going to officially give him 1 yard. So you're looking at 2nd and 9 on that play. And they had some misdirection.
And did he catch it? And he caught that.
He caught the ball, so he's going to pick it. So that's a good play right there. And you talked about that in the first quarter, shorten your routes.
Shorten the routes up a little bit because right now Rancho Cucamonga is doing a good job of getting pressure on the sophomore quarterback. And you see that right there. Short it out, and they're rolling him out, give him a little time. And he has the ability to throw the ball on the run.
So that was a quick out route. So now you're looking at 3rd and 5, and Brandon's in the backfield, and they're rolling them out, and they're getting some pressure, and they are giving him no time.
They're going to have to, they're going to have to keep a running back in there to maybe help him out a little bit because every pass, there is a free Rancho Cucamonga cooler right in his chest.
And yes, it is. But I'll tell you this, even though Brandon Patterson is a sophomore, he's doing the right thing. Instead of trying to make a play, he's throwing the ball away.
Right.
Live to play another day.
Right. And right now, Etowanda is having to bring out their special teams unit again, unable to convert. And they've been really suffering from this all night, at least in the first portion of this football game.
And that was another high snap, and it was blocked this time.
It's blocked.
So
they're going to try to recover
get the ball at their 30, and he has a
There's
wall.
Nobody there.
And it looks like he's going to get into the end zone.
Wow.
And that is a touchdown for Rancho Cucamonga. So it was on the punt. It was blocked. And
I'm trying to see if they're going to allow him to advance that. And it looks like there's a little bit of I'm trying to see right now if they're going to allow him to advance it. And the referees right now are talking. So I don't know if they're going to allow him to advance it.
Because I see no signal yet. Now, Rancho is setting up like they're going for the extra point.
Okay, now we got a signal now. So it looks like they're going to call that a touchdown. So the the punt was blocked. This is the second time they've had an error on a punt attempt. First time the snap went over the kicker's head. This time was a high snap again. And, Rancho's done a good job of putting pressure on the kicker. And unfortunately, they got a hand on it and returned for a touchdown.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And that's one of the things. That may be why when Rancho Cucamonga had the ball at the 20, their defense is played so well.
Yeah, they exactly. They said, hey, we have faith in our defense. And that is a devastating play right there for the Etowanda Eagles. Again, unable to convert on 3rd down and had to punt again. And, wow, a mistake on two big-time mistakes on special teams back-to-back.
Absolutely. So that's going to put Rancho Cucamonga up a score of 14-0 with 8 minutes and 25 seconds to go here in the second quarter. And that's tough. That is absolutely tough. You're correct. You hit it on the head with that. And while we have a break in the action, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and make sure we thank these gracious sponsors here for helping to keep this broadcast alive. So Tough Shed is one of the sponsors that we want to thank while we have a moment.
Yeah, Tough Shed has been a great sponsor for us.
Absolutely. So Tough Shed is more than great sheds. They're garages, camper shells, and custom structures. Tough Shed has been providing building solutions since 1981, creating hundreds of thousands of buildings and happy customers along the way. Visit them at toughsheds.com. That's TUFSHED.com. Or give them a call at 1-800-TOUGH-SHEDS. That's 1-800-BUY-TOUGH. That's 1-800-BUYTUFF. And on that, it's like they're not punting it deep.
No, they're in Etowanda.
Kicking off.
Right. Rancho Cucamonga right now they're squib kicking the football, and it looks like they kicked that just a little bit deeper this time, and the Eagles were unable to return the football. So it looks like they're going to take over at the Rancho Cucamonga 30. So
you have 8 minutes and 25 seconds to go. 1st and 10. The ball is at their own 35-yard line. And on the field, the Etowanda Eagles are going south on your radio dial. So we'll see what they can do. It's been tough sledding. Gives the ball up to Hillstock. If he could just pop one, and on that play, look at them run and go. And Hillstock, a great run right there, as it looks like he picked up about 8 yards.
And really great blocking by number 75, Christian Duran, the junior. And you can see him blocking well 10 yards up the field, putting pressure on the linebackers. Great job by the offensive line of the Eagles.
And I stand corrected. It looks like that's Tyree Miles out there, so it looks like there's been a change at the running back position.
And you see it paying dividends early.
Absolutely. Great little play right there. And as Malachi looks like he's holding the ball, if they're going to give him the catch.
And I think what's happening as a move for the running back. Excuse me, I didn't even interrupt. I think what's happening right there may be an issue with blocking for the quarterback, because you see right there, Miles came in, picked up the linebacker big time right there, so that may be an issue.
Great play, great call. 7 minutes, 51 seconds ago, they did give Malachi the catch. So Etiwanda, they're moving, and this is one of the first times tonight, 3 and out. So the two quick plays, get a first down. Now the ball's at their own 44-yard line, and they get it up. And look, he's going deep. He's got a man, and that's got to be a pass interference, and it is a call, and he was going for Dalen Wilson deep.
And I'm telling you right now, I see already Malachi Williams, who's that there in the back?
No, that's Tyree Miles.
Is doing a great job of chipping the linebacker, and you see it right there. The quarterback had time to make a throw, so that's twice you see him making the block, and is giving the quarterback the time he needs. So that's something to look out for.
And that's good stuff, because Tyree came in and said, today I got time.
Today he had time.
And that's good stuff for the Etiwanda Eagles, as they're starting to move the ball. And now, as you said, Brandon can set his feet, and he's getting the ball up top. So what a difference that is made. And they're able to get it going now. 1st and 10. The ball is now at Rancho's 41-yard line, and they're getting the ball out quick, and that was a dangerous pass. That was a little high as he went for Dillard. And you can see Dillard was frustrated because he saw nothing but green grass in front of him.
Yeah, Dillard gets that ball. It was great blocking right there on the outside. You had number 6, Malachi Williams, and then you had also number 2, Dalen Wilson out there blocking. And if he completes that, he may be able to run that in for a touchdown.
7 minutes and 34 seconds ago. Now you're looking at 2nd and 10. And is this a thing of Brandon getting happy feet?
Yeah, well, again, and it looks like they may have got him for outsides right there. You see the sideline judge throw the flag, and it looks like they may have got him jumping. So a great job right there by the sophomore quarterback getting the Cougars to jump offside.
And that's one thing that you have to do. You have to change your cadence for a aggressive defense. You have to keep them honest.
Right.
And they got great blocking right there. It's Brandon. He has to get rid of that ball. As he holds on to the ball, and he gets sacked, and he lost about 20 yards on that play.
And now you're going to really put a lot of pressure on your offense now. It's very difficult to call plays when you're 20 yards back.
And you were 2nd and 5, and now you're going to be 3rd and about 30.
Yeah, so you have to, again, that was a bad read right there by the sophomore quarterback. Again, generally speaking, Patterson does a really good job of getting the ball out when he sees pressure. But that time he held the ball just a little too long, and Rancho did a good job of the pursuit.
And that's one of the things about them. Their defense, they are getting a great jump on the ball. 3rd and 25, the ball is now at their own 41-yard line. And they fake the ball, hand it off to Tyree, and Tyree is stuffed right in the back.
And to me, that screenplay with the wide receiver screen was open. There was 10 yards right there, clearly because the DBs are playing, looks like they're giving them at least a 10 or 20-yard cushion. And unfortunately, they ran a screen. It looks like they ran a.
There was a dive on that play.
Yeah, it looked like they ran a dive play, a delayed dive play, and it didn't work at all.
A draw. I'm sorry, a draw play.
Excuse me, that's what I wanted to say.
So on that play, that was me. That was my call. 6 minutes and 17 seconds ago, Etiwanda will punt the ball 4th and 27. The ball is their own 43-yard line. And this has been had one punt goal or one snap go over his head, one punt blocked in return for a touchdown. But they actually got that punt off, and it's going to take a great Etiwanda bounce all the way down to the 10-yard line. What a great punt right there. And also, while we have a break in the action, and we've changed the possession, log on to SalHernandez.com of Mountain West Financial. As a branch manager, he will pair you up with a licensed mortgage loan originator who will walk you through every step of the home loan process. Ensuring that you make the right choice for you and your family is his ultimate goal. He is committed to providing his clients with a mortgage service that exceeds their expectations. Browse his website at SalHernandez.com. Check out the different loan programs that he has available. Use the decision-making tool and calculator and apply for a loan in just 4 easy steps with his pre-qualified application. SalHernandez.com. 5 minutes, 56 seconds ago, Rancho Cucamonga up a score of 14-0 here against the Etiwanda Eagles. It's been a tough night on the offense for the Etiwanda Eagles.
Wow, and it looks like the receiver, he got a little too anxious, and I mean, he was already 20 yards up the field before the quarterback even said hike.
So it's a good idea. We know where the ball was going.
Yeah, and that's going to put the Cougars in really tough field position. Let's see if the Eagles can capitalize on this. Already, right now, they have the ball at the Eagles' 5-yard line.
It's a game of field position, so it's going to be 1st and 15 from now their own 5-yard line. If Etiwanda can just get a good stop here, there's still plenty of time here in the second quarter as they run a play right off tackle, and Etiwanda gets there and makes the play. And I tell you,
guess who that is right there? Team captain Henderson, number 54, coming in again with a big-time tackle.
And the Etiwanda Eagles defense is still here to play. They're still making their plays. 5 minutes and 35 seconds to go, 2nd and 15. The ball on the 5-yard line. Rancho Cucamonga has 3 receivers to their left, quarterback in the shotgun, CJ, and he has single-man coverage. And if he can make that, he's got no one ahead of him. And on that play, that was a quick little toss slant as he hit his receiver on that play. And I tell you, he was almost lights out as he hit number 5, and that's going to be Bolden. Bolden's had a big game today.
He really has. That was a great pass by C.J. Stroud, the Rancho Cucamonga quarterback. And you see him right there, also a junior quarterback, threw a really good pass and gave him room to run.
Absolutely. And C.J., oh, what a play. Is that
and the ball's loose.
Oh, that's going to be an incomplete pay. And that receiver, that DB said, I'm having ribs tonight.
Oh,
and on that play, that was a shot he delivered right there. And that's what we talked about. When you get the ball up high in the air, that's a tough play.
Normally, as a receiver, you want to go tell that quarterback, don't ever stress me out like that again, especially going over the middle. I mean, my goodness, like you said, it was a rib sandwich over the middle. And let's just hope he's okay.
So at 5 minutes and 5 seconds to go, Etiwanda still trails a score of 14-0. And we have a player down on the play. We absolutely hope everything is okay with that young man. It's the last thing you want to see. You want to see one of these fine student athletes, and they are students first.
Indeed.
We hate to see anything happen to these young gentlemen here. It's a big-time game, crosstown rivalry. While we have a break in the action, we want to thank Navarre Wholesale. Navarre Wholesale believes the car buying experience should be a hassle and stress-free experience. They only have the best hand-selected cars with pre-approvals through their 100% secure credit applications with finance experts ready to help you. You can rest easy knowing that Navarre Wholesale will take care of you. Their years of experience in the business has helped them develop that relationship. Visit their beautiful car lot located at 1793 Valley Boulevard in Bloomington. That's 1793 Valley Boulevard in Bloomington. Or call them today at 909-260-3883. That's 909-260-3883.
It looks like the player was able to get off the field on his own power. So
2nd and 10 on this play. 5 minutes and 5 seconds to go. They run the jet sweep on that play, and you saw that coming. And what a play right there. The ball popped out, but they're going to say he's down.
Popped out late, and that was a good job by number 5, Silas Bolden. And Bolden, again, really, he's not a big guy, but when he's running, he runs with a purpose, and he just finds a way to get inside the Eagles' defense. And right now, it still is a 3rd and long for the Cougars' offense.
3rd and 6 for Etiwanda. For Rancho. 4 minutes and 34 seconds to go. They have CJ in the shotgun, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right, and they have that one receiver on the island. And he sat there, and what a play to Bolden! And he was there. He had so much time in the pocket, the quarterback, that he sat there and waited for him to get open. That was about 3 seconds in the pocket.
And what it was right there, the DB thought he was going to go for another slant, and he jumped the slant. But a great job by Bolden understanding what was going on, and he optioned the route upfield. Great job by C.J. Stroud catching him in stride again.
Absolutely. 4 minutes, 15 seconds to go. And you know Rancho is going to try to get this in the end zone. He's going up top, but he threw that away to the out of bounds, and that's going to stop the clock with 4 minutes and 8 seconds to go.
And that was a good job by Coach Nglima, the new defensive coordinator. For the Eagles. He sent 2 people on the blitz right there, and he's going to have to make this junior quarterback a little uncomfortable because you see when he has time, he is lethal.
4 minutes and 8 seconds to go.
And something happened here, and it looks like the Eagles were called for something, and there was a penalty for 5 yards. So I don't know what they caught.
Absolutely. So you're looking at 2nd down and 5 now with 4 minutes and 8 seconds to go. The ball's now on the 30-yard line, and they hand the ball off to Perry. And Perry, he's dancing. It looks like he's going to pick up, I'd say it looks like he got 3 yards.
Maybe 3 yards, good call.
So you're looking at now it's going to be 3rd and very manageable. 3rd and about 2 or 3 on the next play with 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. You know, Rancho wants to punch this ball in before the halftime.
Yeah, right now, this is a big-time 3rd down right here. And if the Eagles are really going to need to step up right here, let's see if they can pull these Cougars back a little bit. 3rd
and 2, and they hand that ball off. And boy, what a stop right there. But Perry, they stopped him, and let's see if they give him on the motion. But is this 4-down territory?
This is definitely 4-down territory, especially the way you see the Cougars approaching this right now. They have a lot of faith in their defense, and especially right now in this game, they've held the Eagles scoreless. So let's see what happens.
4th and 2 for Rancho Cucamonga, 3 minutes and 35 seconds to go. The ball is on Etiwanda's 32-yard line, and Rancho is going north on your radio dial. And as we said, they did not bring the punter out. They're going to go for it. They had the tight end shift, hands the ball off to Perry, and he's got a lane. He's got the 1st down. He may have more. He's going to the house, and that's going to be a touchdown for number 20, Mark Perry.
And, wow, I mean, right now you see the Eagles defense having a big challenge right now, slowing down the Cougars. And right now, 21 unanswered.
And that's something right there, as they punch that in right before 20 unanswered. We still need the extra point. But and you can see Rancho Cucamonga is starting to get their feeling. They're starting to feel it.
Well, and then on the flip side of that coin, you see right now the Eagles right now they need something to happen positive for them right here before this half ends. Because right now it is silent. I mean, it is a packed house, and it is silent on the Eagles right now.
Absolutely. 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go. And the one thing about Etiwanda, they've moved the ball some, but it's been a lot of 3 and outs.
Yeah, it has. They just haven't really done, at least right now tonight in the first half, haven't really got a chance to get a good any kind of momentum going with their offensive play calling. The times they've gotten a 1st down, they've gotten a couple 1st downs, and then that's it. They haven't really got a chance to really move the ball up and down the field. So let's see what happens here.
Absolutely. So it's 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go. Let's see what we can get going, or what Etiwanda can get going here right before the half. If they can punch the ball in before halftime, they'll get the ball to start the 3rd quarter.
Exactly. No, and again, this game is not out of reach right here, but they desperately need something to happen positively for them. Last week, something similar happened where they went into the half down 14 and still were able to come out and victorious in that game. This might go out of bounds.
And absolutely, that's one of those plays where maybe you want to let the ball go out of bounds because you get the ball at the
45.
Right. But on that, it was downed. So the Etiwanda is going to get the ball at the 25-yard line. So let's see what Etiwanda can do. 3 minutes and 16 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Etiwanda finds themselves trailing 21-0 against these visiting Rancho Cucamonga Cougars.
It's going to be interesting right here to see what Coach Davis calls and see if they're going to be aggressive in their play calling right here. And with 4 wideouts, it looks like they're going to be aggressive.
Absolutely. So you have 3 wide receivers to your right, 1 to your left. You have your quarterback and your running back in the backfield. They pitch the ball, and they get the ball to that's going to be Hillstock, and he's run down.
And that's going to be a horse collar right there, number 40 for the Rancho Cucamonga Cougars, and that's going to be a 15-yard personal foul penalty, and that's going to be big for the Eagles.
Absolutely, and that's a safety thing. You see Hillstock gets up a little gingerly on that play, and that's a safety issue as he was taken down by number 40, Mark Somino. And like you said, that's a big play. That's 15 yards. 15
yards right now. And, again, the Eagles need positive yardage desperately, especially right now, to come up with it's still 3 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in the half. So let's see if they can get something going.
Absolutely. So you got Patterson and you have Hillstock in the backfield. And let's see what Etiwanda can do as they headed it back off to Hillstock. Again, he's got something. He's working with something on that play. He picked up about 5 yards, and that's a lot of bodies falling on him, as there's a lot of Cougars there on that play to make that tackle.
And Hillstock, their most productive running back, comes into this game with 403 yards on 76 carries, averaging 5 yards a carry right now. So let's see if they can get him going here late in the second quarter.
2nd and 6, a nice little slant play, and they were targeting Aaron Williams. Just a little bit high on that play, and now it's 3rd and 6.
And Aaron Williams, he has to really make that play. Again, he was going in. He didn't really slant the way he needed to. You have to run that slant sharp, and it looks like he kind of rounded that slant off a little bit. It was almost picked off.
Absolutely. 3rd and 6, balls on the 44-yard line, 2 minutes and 32 seconds to go. One thing Etiwanda doesn't want to do is turn the ball over.
And there it is.
But there's a flag thrown on the play, so we'll see what that call is going to be. And there was an interception by number 4 on that play, and that's going to be Brown. But there's a flag. Let's see what that flag is. And you see Etiwanda's defense trotting out, so it looks like it's going to be an Etiwanda penalty.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and right there, you saw the ball jump off. The ball clearly popped off the Etiwanda receiver. The ball was thrown. I mean, it was really thrown on a rope, and the receiver was unable to handle it, and one of the Cougars defenders was right there to catch it.
So it was holding on Etiwanda, and that holding play was, of course, it was declined by Rancho Cucamonga as they got the interception, and now they'll have the ball with 2 minutes and 21 seconds to go, and they have prime field position. They're at Etiwanda's 45-yard line.
And the defense is going to have to come up big. I mean, all night they have really struggled to stop this Cougars offense. So let's see what Etiwanda could do right here.
So it's 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line, and Rancho Cucamonga, you know they're going to try to get in the end zone before the end of this quarter. And CJ, they got a great rush on him, and that it's not going to be and he throws the ball away. It's not going to be intentional grounding. He got outside of the tackle. And
that's a great job right there by Henderson. And they're going to need to do a lot more of that, getting Henderson a little loose in there to get it, because right now they've allowed that quarterback, the junior quarterback, C.J. Stroud, to kind of sit back there. And, again, when he's gotten time, he has really made the Eagles' defense pay.
And I don't know what the call is. I think they're going to give him the sack. So they're not going to say that he got that ball off.
And they're going to call intentional grounding.
So he did not get outside of the tackle. And that's what I thought. I didn't think he got outside, so it was intentional grounding. So that's a 15-yard penalty.
A great job, again, by Henderson.
And loss of down.
Exactly. So great job by Henderson in there, and you see what he can do once they let him loose.
Absolutely.
And they're going to blitz
there
again.
They go. And they blitzed him again. And good call. It looks like you can see Etiwanda and their defensive coordinator ratcheting up the defense.
Yeah, and again, that's Coach Tom Inglima, the new defensive coordinator for the Eagles. And you see him right now ratcheting up the blitzes right now to make this junior quarterback uncomfortable. Like I said, to date, he's been able to sit back there with time and just really shred this defense.
Absolutely. So now you're looking at 3rd and 25. They were at Etiwanda's 45-yard line, so now they're at their own 35-yard line. So that is huge. So 37. So you're looking at 3rd and 27 to be exact.
And from what I see, I'm just trying to just confirm here that both teams have all their timeouts. I know that we've had at least 2 timeouts called here, so I have to confirm that.
Absolutely. So
great. And so the half is almost coming up, folks. If you guys want to get up-to-the-minute scores, please visit IE Sportsnet. That is IE Sportsnet, IESportsnet.com for up-to-the-minute scores for all your Inland Empire High School football games that took place yesterday, as well as games that took place tonight, that are taking place tonight. And you can get updated scores right there.
Absolutely. So Navarre Wholesale believes the car buying experience should be a hassle and stress-free experience. They only have the best hand-selected cars with pre-approvals through their 100% secure credit application. With finance experts ready to help, you can rest easy knowing that Navarre Wholesale will take care of you. Their years of experience in the business has helped them develop that relationship. Visit them at their beautiful car lot located at 1793 Valley Boulevard in Bloomington. That's 1793 Valley Boulevard in Bloomington. Or call them at 909-260-3883. That's 909-260-3883. And CJ is going up. He's got a receiver, and they're jostling, and he almost caught that, and there's no play. On that, there was a lot of hand jostling, but I think it was going both ways, so there's no call.
That was a really good no call by the referee there, allowing the players to play. And again, you see C.J. Stroud put that ball up at least 50 yards in the air. So, again, the quarterback comes in there with an arm. And let's see what we see here.
There's a flag. Looks like there's going to be holding against Rancho.
They're going to decline that.
Decline the penalty. And that's it. And if you saw the accuracy of C.J. Stroud, I think I'd decline it too.
Yeah.
You push him back 10 yards. I mean, he threw that, like you said, at least a 40-yard pass on the rope, and he was targeting number 3, Devin Gatchaway. And on that play, it was just unsuccessful. So now I think this is the first punt for Rancho Cucamonga tonight. Yeah, 2 minutes and 2 seconds ago, it's still a lot of time.
And you see C.J. Stroud, he's only played 5 games this season for the Cougars. But, again, this guy really, if they start letting him loose, he is a quarterback that really is a gamer, has a great arm.
some miscommunication there for the Cougars as they keep trotting players out. So as I said, 2 minutes and 2 seconds ago here in the third quarter, there's still a lot of time left for Etiwanda if they can get something going. And they get the number 2, Dylan Wilson, got the ball. And I tell you, they were right on him the minute he got that ball.
Yeah, Dylan Wilson tried to come out there and make a play. Unfortunately, the Cougars have really been great in their pursuit. I mean, one thing about it, Rancho Cucamonga has been known for athletes, and they are on display tonight.
Absolutely. So 1 minute and 54 seconds to go. Let's see what Etiwanda can do. One thing they don't want to do is a quick 3-and-out and give Rancho Cucamonga good field position.
Right. And again, this is one of these games where you look at the record. Rancho comes in here 2-4, but the way they're playing tonight, they're playing like the 4-2 team.
The ball's at the 30-yard line, and they roll the ball out, and he hits his receiver. Oh, wow.
I don't know what they called there.
What? Wow.
And there's going to be no call there.
And on that play, that was a quick out route to number 82. That was Jordan Williams, and that looked like a horse collar as well. But as you said, no call, but a 5-yard pickup.
Yeah, a 5-yard pickup. It looked like he kind of grabbed him high a little bit, but unless there's no face mask there, good no call.
Absolutely. And Jordan is a freshman making a contribution on this team. Etiwanda, now you're looking at 2nd and 5. They're getting something going, and they're going up top. And that was a lot of jostling, an interception on the play. But that was a lot of jostling out there. Number 4 with his second interception. He may be going to the house. He's to the 20, the 30, the 20, the 15, and he's to the 10. They still can't get him down. He gets the ball all the way down to the 10-yard line. What a play right there for Jahi Brown.
And I'm trying to say, somebody threw a helmet. Is that a helmet they threw? Oh, wow. And there's no call on that. And they didn't call. And he threw his helmet on the outside there. And there was no call there. So right now, as it stands, it is a interception return, almost a 60-yard return, and they are in business right now at the Etiwanda
10-yard line. No, at the 8.
Yeah, the 8-yard line, and man, big time play for Rancho Cucamonga, and they're really fortunate right now. The referee didn't see that player. He threw his helmet on the sideline, and there was no flag that went out there.
So 1 minute and 6 seconds to go. Etiwanda is down 21-0, and as we said, Rancho Cucamonga now has the ball at their 8-yard line, and they are going for it.
It was almost
a flag on the play.
That really could have been a pick six. Excuse me, that could have been a pick six right there. The DB for the Etiwanda just could not get a handle on the ball, but that was a very dangerous pass. And as you said, there's a flag on the play.
Let's see and it looks like it's going to be against Rancho because they're backing up. 1 minute and 2 seconds to go. The ball is now, it looks like, yes, it was against Rancho, so they're going to push that back.
They're going to call that a legal man downfield. Now, I don't know how you, at the 10-yard line, you're able to do that, but they're going to call that a legal man downfield on the Cougars.
Probably a lineman went too deep. So you're looking at first and goal, and the ball is about the 15-yard line. What a toss play. He goes back. He's got the edge, and he just walks into the end zone on that play. What a toss play on that play.
And, again, right there what they did is he ran the ball back across the field there, and the pursuit on the backside for the Eagles was non-existent. And, again, what you have to do right there, the defensive end has to stay home. And he got caught in the cookie jar, and a great job by the Cougars capitalizing on that play.
Absolutely. As you said, it was a sweep left, and the DN got sucked in, and the receiver changed his direction and went in reverse field. And Moten, number 2, was able to walk into the end zone untouched on that play.
Excuse me. As you said, but right now what you don't want to happen, what you didn't want to happen is them to get another score within that 2 minutes, and they have put an amazing amount of pressure on this Eagles team, 28-0.
28-0 here with 53 seconds to go here in the first half. So it's the second quarter, and that's one of the things. That one stings.
Yeah, that's a tough play right there because again, you go in there, and right now for this sophomore quarterback, has to be a little router right now. Coming into this game, only 2 interceptions on the year, and already only in the first half has already gotten the ball picked off twice.
Absolutely. So that is tough. So we'll see what Etiwanda can do, if there's anything they can do, if they're just going to go into the house with the lead 28-0 for the Rancho Cucamonga Cougars. So it's a tough game. It's a rivalry game, a crosstown rivalry game. As we said, both teams come in 1-0 in league. So this is a huge game when you think about the league.
Has big-time ramifications. And right now, this is one of those games you come in here with the concept of 0-0. You don't even look at the record. Because as you stated right now, they're both 1-0, and that ball goes out of bounds this time. They let it go.
And that's one of the things, like we said, as number 11, Dillard watched the ball go out of bounds. And that's one of the things we talk about. You want to get good field position. The best thing about that is you don't worry about the clock moving.
Right. Yeah, the Eagles are going to have to really, really keep their head on the swivel here. I mean, if they come back in this game, it's going to be because they played really, really smart football. And right now you're going to see offsides on the illegal motion on Rancho, and they're going to be back. I don't know what happened here. I'm kind of confused.
So I think the penalty was just on the kicking it out of bounds. So the ball spotted at the 35-yard line.
Interesting. Normally it's the 45, so that must be a high school rule.
Right. So now you're looking at 53 seconds in the second quarter. Brandon Patterson's in there. No, that's a change at quarterback, and that's going to be Nick Rivas, and he gets the ball to Jordan, and the Rancho player tries to say he got it, but he was down. So now you're looking at second down, and that was a quick little pass to get it out. So there's been a change at quarterback. So let's see what Nick Rivas, if he can spark this offense.
And Nick Rivas, a junior quarterback, coming in. Again, there was a big-time battle between these two quarterbacks. So let's see what happens here. If he's able to get these Cougars going, the Eagles going.
And he hands the ball off, and look at that. And great play right there by Tyree Miles, a dive up the middle, and they're moving the ball. You only have 19 seconds to go. You know, when you get a first down in high school, the clock stops. So that's a great thing. So we'll see what Etiwanda can do as Nick hurries up and gets them on the line.
They're trying to get lined up right now because the sticks haven't gotten set up yet.
And now you look, the ball is just past the 50, and a great pickup. And Nick Rivas tries to run, but gets out of bounds.
Oh, that's going to be a flag.
Like a late hit.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
it was.
And
that is a huge mistake by Rancho. And you see that his teammates look at him thinking, what are you doing? You hit him out of bounds. That's going to give them some yards.
It's going to give him more yards. And I was wondering why the clock kept going. So they may get yards and a little bit more time added to the clock here.
So that's a big one. It looks like they're going to give him a personal foul. So that's going to be a 15-yard.
That's 15 yards right there for hitting a quarterback. And, again, that's unnecessary roughness. And what you're going to see right here is Etiwanda, they have a very capable kicker. So I'm anxious to see what kind of play calling happens here.
With 5 seconds to go, do you have time to run a play? And
that's what I said. I don't know if you want to put the kicker in now or what do you do here, because the kicker, in my estimation, you know, you give him a couple more yards, he can get it in. He can get it in right there. So let's see what happens.
So a timeout, and this may be something they decide to think it over. There's a timeout. The ball is at the 30-yard line. You have 5 seconds to go here in the second quarter, first half. Do you punt it now?
It almost
kick it?
To me, again, Coach Davis obviously he's aware of what his kicker can do. So you see him right now a little bit more reserved. But it looks like that was Rancho Cucamonga that actually took the timeout. He wanted to make sure his defense was set. So I think they probably let him know, gave him, one of his defense to understand the situation. Hey, look, there's 5 seconds left. Don't make a mistake here. Right, because in high school you got to think, even though the ball's spotted at the 30, you got to add the 10 yards for the end zone and then about 5 yards for the punter. So you're looking at about a 45-yard field goal attempt. Right, and I think maybe the kicker, that might be a little bit too much for that kicker. And with 5 seconds left, you're going to have to make a shot. Take a shot to the end zone. Absolutely. So 28, Etiwanda trails the visiting Rancho Cucamonga School with a score of 28-0, and Etiwanda is going to decide to go for it. So this is probably going to be one of the things, it looks like they're trying to get them to jump, and they did not. Rancho Cucamonga is disciplined. As they tried to get them to jump off sides. They did not. They're going to run their play, and they've got their man. And he gets out of bounds. Great job. And the clock didn't even start. So you lost about 2 seconds on that play. Now is the time. Maybe you can see the quarterback coming out. And the kicker coming out. They're going to kick it. And so you're going to see Vicente Garcia, the all-world kicker for the Etiwanda Eagles. Now, I've seen him kick field goals with no problem at this range. So let's see if they can get this going. I mean, the Eagles need something positive right here in the first half. So this is about a 40-yard kick for him. And if they can get this, they can punch this in before the end of the quarter. And there's a call. Who is that going to be again? They're going to call a timeout out here, I think. And did you see how fast Rancho Cucamonga got in that back? They got in there quickly. It's like they almost knew the snap. They're going to call offsides on Rancho Cucamonga. And that's probably why they got back there so fast. Exactly. That's big, and that's even bigger for Etiwanda because now you're really giving your kicker. You're in a kicker's field position, and he's definitely capable of making it here. So let's just see if the accuracy's there.
And that gave them a first down, but that doesn't matter. With 2 seconds to go, you know Etiwanda's going to kick that. It's up, and let's see. It looks like it was short.
And it looks like they got a hand. Somebody got a hand on it too.
Yeah. So it looks like they blocked that. So that was unsuccessful. So at the end of the second quarter, Etiwanda misses that block was punt. So Etiwanda will go into the half trailing the visiting Rancho Cucamonga Cougars a score of 28-0.
Wow, tough, really, really impressive game right now for the Cougars. And I talked to Coach Davis before about, when they were down 14-0, and he said he really didn't get after his team. He's kind of just let his team know, hey, look, we got to get better.
Absolutely, I agree. So that's tough on that play. So Etiwanda, at the end of the first half, Etiwanda sees themselves in a little bit of a hole here tonight. Yeah,
they're doing actually a very deep hole right now because they haven't really been successful with stopping this Rancho Cucamonga offense. And right now, the quarterback has been impressive. The quarterback for Rancho Cucamonga, C.J. Stroud, has thrown roughly about 2 touchdowns already. So he's really, really been impressive. But you saw something there at the end of the second quarter, is that once you start to blitz him and make him a little uncomfortable, what happens is he's not as accurate. So let's see if they can keep that momentum going in the second half.
And one thing that I will say, when you had the change at quarterback, when you brought in the junior quarterback, Nick Rivas, you can see that he was able to move the ball and get some things going for Etiwanda. So that may be a positive thing for Etiwanda.
Yeah, and right now you said, and sometimes you have to change it up a little bit, especially in high school sports, because you just never know, and you base it on performance. So right now we're going to see if the sophomore quarterback Patterson will remain in there as a starter. But if not, the good thing about Etiwanda is you have 2 capable quarterbacks. They're able to get the job done.
Absolutely. And when you think about it, that's one of the things that Etiwanda has been successful with last year, where they ran with 2 quarterbacks as well. So that may be something that Etiwanda is looking to do because it's something they've found success with before.
Right, correct. And right now we're just going to see what happens here. Again, Coach Davis, you have some really good coaches over there that have had some success. So I'm anxious to really see how they operate this and to see if these Eagles can really come back.
Absolutely.
During that really deep hole, 28-0. So again, it's not an insurmountable lead, but it's really big. It's a big-time lead.
Absolutely. And when you look across the landscape, if you want to get the latest scores, of course, by all means, go to iesportsnet.com. You can go on your mobile device. You can go on your desktop. Just go to iesportsnet.com, and you can see some of the scores. Tonight, huge game, and as we say, league has started. Huge game. Teams that have spent some time on the IE Sportsnet, Fox Sports 1350 top 10 poll. Norco and Santiago are locked up in a dogfight where Santiago sees themselves down the score of 6-7 to Norco.
Yeah, and that right there, I mean, we're talking about 2 teams that are extremely competitive. They know, I mean, you know, these teams know about each other, and you've seen some of the best that you can see out of those guys. So that's really going to be a dogfight out there.
Absolutely.
Also, you are right now in the game. You have, and this is a team that has been really doing great this year, undefeated, and we're talking about none other than the Rancho Verde Mustangs, up big time, 14-6 over the Elsinore Tigers at the half.
Absolutely. And up in the high desert, we didn't forget about you. Apple Valley, they're really putting it on Serrano. They're up a score of 28-0. And Serrano, that's kind of tough. The legendary coach is retired. His son's taking over, so Serrano's had some little bumps in the road lately, but you know Serrano will rebound. Right,
and also another baseline battle, baseline league battle. You have the Damon Spartans 14 and the Chino Huskies 14, tied at the half. And again, that's 2 baseline teams that are right now going at it. And then Linfield Christian really doing really well this year, undefeated, and they're up right now 17-0 over the Ontario Christian Knights.
Chino Cowboys visiting the Chaffey Tigers, down the score of 24-0. So a tough game for them tonight.
Yeah, and then you have the Citrus Valley Blackhawks. Again, Coach Brewick, the son, Coach Brewick, right now leading the Blackhawks 31-0 over the Carter Lions.
And we don't forget the teams in the outskirts. Claremont taking on Glendora, down to score 27-10 over there against Glendora. Ayala, great team. We had the head coach the Inland Valley Classic. Great guy, great gentleman. He sees himself down a score of 7-14 to get to Ontario Collins.
And then you have Notre Dame, friend of the show, new coach, the coach coming all the way from Servite right now, have the Notre Dame Titans up 14-12 over the Valley View Eagles at the half.
Eisenhower is up a score of 28-0 over Rim, and they're in the new realigned Mountain View League. So that league play has started over there in Mountain View as well.
Yeah, and then right now you have Rim of the World right now down 28-0 against the Eisenhower Eagles, and you see Eisenhower really putting it on the Fighting Scots.
Henry J. Kaiser, another great game. Henry J. Kaiser, as a matter of fact, Henry J. Kaiser will be in studio tomorrow with us on at Fox Sports 1350. If you get a chance to get up, they're up against Summit 21-7. So they'll be in studio tomorrow to talk about it, and I'm sure that's going to be something they're going to be fired up to talk about. I talked to the coach the other day, and he was, coaches talk.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and Kaiser's having a pretty good year this year. Summit's having a little bit of a down year, but he said it. He wasn't overconfident. He said, we just hope that we can get that win against Summit. So they never down-talk their opponent. They always game plan as if they're going to play an NFL team.
Oh, yeah, guaranteed. And a good job by Kaiser. And right now you see Cajon. And Cajon right now coming up big, really been playing some impressive football lately. Cajon Cowboys up 36-7 at the half over the Redland Terriers.
Absolutely. And I just saw the score for Heritage. Heritage, number 3 in the poll.
Yes.
Doing very well, up 21-0 against Temesco Canyon. Hesperia is up down 7-21 to Sultana. We don't forget about the High Desert.
No, we do not. And then right now, a big-time battle is you have Rev up 28-7 over the Yucaipa Thunderbirds. And the Wildcats, again, the coach friend of the show, doing a really good job taking his talents from Arlington High School all the way to Redlands, and right now up in a big-time battle.
And we talked about Cajon, correct?
Yes, we did.
Cajon, a big game for them. Ontario Christian with Linfield, we talked about that. Damien, another league game, tied up at the half, 14-14. Citrus Hill, great game for them, up 30-0. So as we said, if you want to get the latest scores and you want to know all the scores in the Inland Empire, make sure you go ahead and go to iesportsnet.com. That's iesportsnet.com, or go to foxsports1350.com, and you can see my face right there on the homepage.
Yeah, and right now, another great night. It is and we've always talked about the Etiwanda Marching Band. They're really a notable band here in the Inland Empire. But tonight is Band Alumni Night, so you're going to see a special show right here for halftime. So for the folks that are in attendance tonight over at Eagles Stadium, it's going to be a great night of alumni for the Eagles Marching Band.
And you're talking about MRF, the Marching Eagle regime?
Oh, yeah. Well, hey.
Absolutely. So that's a great night. Like we say, the pageantry that they have here at the Etiwanda High School is amazing. And as we said, I love this stadium. Brand new stadium, only the 3rd year. Etiwanda got a new stadium. Rancho Cucamonga got a new stadium. I know they redid Ontario. So a lot of the schools in the Chaffee Joint School District was able to get fields, and these are amazing fields, amazing stadiums. And once again, if you want to get the latest news, make sure you go to iesportsnet.com, and you'll get all the latest updates on all the games. And just looking at what's going on with the game with Etiwanda, it's been all Rancho Cucamonga.
It really has. It really has. They have a new coach over there. And you see they've stumbled early. The team came in. They lost their quarterback early in the first game. There was a lot of thought about who was going to be the quarterback, but it looks like they have found their guy in C.J. Stroud, and he has just come up big time for the Cougars right now. And he's been impressive throughout the first half, throwing big-time throws. Even some of the throws he's missed have been right there on the money. And so, yeah, they're working right now with something good. And, again, the play calling for the Cougars has really been great. I mean, they've done a good job of keeping the Eagles off balance.
And when you look at the game, The first person to go on the board for Rancho Cucamonga was number 18, Caleb Jackson, as he put Rancho Cucamonga up a score at the time, 6-0, and then, of course, the extra point was good.
Right.
And then that was followed by number 44, Derek Smith, with a 25-yard touchdown run, and of course, the extra point was good on that play. And then after that, Rancho Cucamonga wasn't done. They had a number 20, Mark Perry. They had a 32-yard touchdown run for Mark Perry. So as you can see, they've been getting it done on the ground, and then their final score was number 2, Quentin Moten, 8-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, that was the final score of the first half. So they're right now, they're going to be approaching, even though they're going to be kicking the ball off to the Eagles when they come back for the second half of play in the third quarter. Right now, they are really dealing with a lot of raw emotion. They have momentum really right now rolling coming into this game. And I'm really curious to see how the message that Coach Davis delivers to his Eagles and his young quarterbacks.
Absolutely. So that's one of the things that I know that they're going to go ahead and make the adjustments. So for Etiwanda, it's one of those things they just have to stick to their game plan, and they just have to continue to do that. One thing we talked about, having a big game is one of the team captains, two-year captain, number 54, and that's Kendall Henderson. He's getting pressure, and he's been in the backfield a lot by his teammate, number 55,
Watson. Yeah.
So they've gotten penetration and gotten to the backfield.
I think what they're going to have to do is coach, again, the new defensive coordinator, Tommy Glema. He's going to have to dial up some more blitzes. And again, blitzes with his skill player guys, his guys that are making big-time plays. And no question about it, Kendall Henderson is one of those guys that can do that for the Eagles. So, again, this game is not over by any stretch of the imagination. We've seen the Eagles come back before in these circumstances, so we're curious to see what happens there.
Absolutely. So, and that's the thing. I mean, 28-0 is a lot. It absolutely is, and we don't want to understate that. But Etiwanda, at the end of the first half, in the second quarter, you can see when they made the quarterback change, they went with number 10, Nick Rivas, junior quarterback. You can see that they went with, and you talked about this, quick routes, and they got the ball out quick. So you can see they were able to move the ball. They got the ball at their own 35 and was able to move the ball all the way downfield and get that field goal attempt. It was blocked, but they were able to move the ball and get it downfield.
Yeah, and I think what's happening is, unfortunately, the young quarterback has done a bit of he's been caught holding the ball just a little too long, and sometimes as a new quarterback, you're thinking too much, and you're thinking you can use your athletic ability to get you out of tough situations. And right now he hasn't been able to really get that ball off in time to his playmakers. And the Eagles' offense has suffered greatly because of that, and again has not been able to score. So again, the play calling for the junior quarterback Nick Rivas is going to be interesting to see what kind of calling happens for him.
Absolutely. So we'll see when, like you said, when we come back at the beginning of the third quarter. I'll be interested to see what Etiwanda is going to do. Are they going to stay with the quarterback change of Nick Rivas? Are they going to go back to the sophomore quarterback Brandon Patterson? The
question of the evening right there. And as you said, it's going to be a real Coach Davis has to make a big-time decision for his Eagles, and let's see what he can do in terms of trying to get this game turned around. Right now, roughly about 2 minutes to go in the half, and right now the Etiwanda Eagles. Again, folks, if you guys want to get up-to-the-minute scores, you guys can always visit IE Sportsnet, IESportsnet.com for live updated scores. And you guys can always go there, find those scores, see where your high school team is, and see what they got going on. Again, that's IE Sportsnet, IESportsnet.com. And also you can catch us live on Fox Sports Radio tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, bright and early. We'll be there. We'll be talking about some sports news. And one of the things we're really excited about is we will be calling in live from the 12th Annual Disability Sports Festival. We're really excited about that. It's going to take place at Cal State San Bernardino tomorrow morning.
Absolutely. And one thing that we're also excited about, so tomorrow's going to be a great show on Fox Sports 1350. As you said, you will be live from the Disability Sports Festival, but tomorrow we have a jam-packed show.
Yes.
So tomorrow we have Coach Lungfield from Rev will be in studio,
yes.
And then we'll also have Kaiser High School in, and then we're going to have the athletic director from Chaffey College calling in as well. So it should be a really, really, really good show tomorrow. So I'm really excited about that. So, and then like you said, you'll be out on location, and then I'll be joining you afterwards. But we will be at Cal State San Bernardino tomorrow. So if you guys want to meet us in person, go ahead and come out to the Disability Festival tomorrow. Great event for the physically and mentally challenged.
Exactly, and it's a festival. It's the longest festival of its kind, longest running here in Southern California. And again, they do a really good job of servicing folks of any age and any disability. You're able to go out there, and they have at least about 24 different stations, different sports activities for folks to be involved in. So we're really excited to be associated with that great event.
Absolutely. So we've got just about a couple of minutes to go, and now the pageantry of you talked about it, the marching band, as they come and set up their props, come and do the halftime show. We need to see if we can get them to come out to the Inland Valley Classic, because they really do a great halftime show here.
Yeah, we have to make sure we can schedule them. I'm sure they do really. I'm honestly, it's really impressed. The show they do for Etiwanda here at halftime is just unbelievable, and just the way they're able to set up and break down that's a skill.
Absolutely, and I can always tell when the defensive coordinator is walking on the field. And how can we always tell?
The lime green hat.
There you go. You can always, and I'm sure he's made some adjustments and some things he's going to do here to start the third quarter with these Etiwanda Eagles.
Yeah, and that's one of those things right here. Again, as a coach, you have to make some uncomfortable decisions sometimes, but you do what's best for the team. You already see Coach Davis out there already working the refs already, trying to figure out what's going on. And right now the Eagles are out there getting stretched out. The game is going to start here shortly, ladies and gentlemen. And again, the Eagles, they have a very, very tough climb ahead.
Absolutely. And let's see, you got about just over 2 minutes to go, and the Etiwanda Eagles are stretching it out. And this game is important to both teams. As we said before, we are in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, and Etiwanda's playing Rancho Cucamonga High School. So this is bragging rights when you think about it, because there are 3 teams in the base. There's actually 4 high schools in the city of Rancho Cucamonga when you include, 5 when you do Upland Christian. But you have Alta Loma, you have Etiwanda, Los Osos, and Rancho Cucamonga. So three of the teams are in the same league, and they're going to play each other. Etiwanda beat Los Osos last week, and now they have Rancho Cucamonga. So this is bragging rights for the city. These kids, as I said, Rancho Cucamonga, a lot of these kids that go to Etiwanda live in Fontana, but it's a small community.
It is, and right now, but for the Eagles, it doesn't get any easier. You're in base league now. So, again, they had a tough battle last week with Los Osos. They come in here. The Cougars give them all they can handle in the first half. And then they turn right around and have to face one of the CIF juggernauts, number 2 in the Fox Sports Radio 1350 poll, and that's Upland, the Scots, the Highlanders, excuse me.
I don't know if they're Highlanders or Scots, so they go by both.
I was about to say they go by both, so I guess you don't lose calling them whatever. But so right now you're talking about 3 back-to-back games of just really, really intense, tough football. So we're going to, again, Coach Davis has admitted to this. You're going to see where his team is early in this baseline league play.
Absolutely, and that's one of the things that it's about the baseline league. We've talked to Davis about this many times. There are no days off in the baseline.
No.
League. So it doesn't matter what the record is coming into the game. These teams all, and as we said, overall, Rancho Cucamonga is 2-4.
Right.
But they're 1-0 in league, and you can see that they're coming in tested, and they're ready. They're to start the season off, they lost to Roosevelt, they lost to Norco, they lost to Bishop of Mott, they lost to Calabasas, but they've won 2 games in a row, beating Victorville, and last week they beat Chino Hill. So you can see, it looks like Rancho Cucamonga is starting to get their legs, and this is just the time going into league play for them to turn it around.
Exactly. And the teams you noted that they lost to, Roosevelt, Norco, teams like that these are big time schools. So they play,
and Bishop of Mott.
These are teams that are big time programs, and some of the best programs in Southern California right there. So as you mentioned, they are battle tested. They've seen some really good programs come past them. So they're not intimidated by the 4-2 record from Etiwanda, and you see that here in their first half of play.
Absolutely. Now you can see Coach Davis. He's coaching them up, and as we said, Etiwanda kicked the ball off to start the game, so they'll get the ball to start the game. One thing I can see, you can see Coach Nglima. He's coaching his players up, and you can see him patting one of his guys on the head, and he's talking to number 75, Christian Durant, and he's telling Christian, I'm sure he's telling him, I need some plays out of you.
Well, I'm sure what he's talking to him about is shoring up the offensive line. They have had some problems blocking the Cougars of Rancho Cucamonga, and the quarterback has been on his heels all night, not really been able to get comfortable in the pocket. And so I'm sure that's what Coach Nglima was talking to his big guys about, is really making sure they keep that quarterback upright.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things. And as we said, when there was an adjustment at quarterback, when there was change at the quarterback, they were able to move the ball in the quarter. So I'm sure that's something that Coach Davis was happy about.
Oh, wow.
And there was a fair catch call. But, hey, if they're out there, and number 11 called the fair catch, that's Diller. If you're out there on the field, there was a big shot out there. But if you're out there on the field, you got to protect yourself at all times.
Yes, you do.
They talk about it in boxing and in football.
Yes, exactly. When the bell rings or when they blow the whistle, it is game on.
Absolutely.
And so let's see who they have at quarterback here. And looks like it's going to be Rivas, number 10, starting out the second half for the Etiwanda Eagles.
So there has been adjustment at quarterback. So you have Rivas and you have Hillstock in the backfield to start off the second half, third quarter. And it looks like the misdirection on that play. Rivas wanted to go one way and Hillstock cut back the other way. So that's one of the things they'll pick it up. But the positive thing about that, and all that being said, they picked up about 3 yards on that play. The ball, because of the fair catch, they started the ball at their own 30-yard line.
And that's something they struggled with in the first half, was getting positive yards on first down, really starting behind the chains all first half.
Right, and you have Nick Rivas. He's brought a new dimension to the game, and he gets the ball over. It looks like that's Bitterman he hit on that quick out. And you talked about that, getting the ball out quick.
Got to get the ball out quick right now. And, again, especially the line has been a little suspect the first half. But right there, Rivas was able to go in there, throw the ball. You see him right there standing tall, got that ball out quick to the big-time receiver, Bitterman. 3rd and 1,
and they're moving the ball. They now have the ball at their own 39-yard line. They hand it off to Hillstock, and he's going downhill, and Hillstock picked up about 4 yards. Is it just me, or is there new confidence with the offense going now?
Well, you see a couple of things happening right there. You see Hillstock I think Hillstock was the coaches had a little talk with him about the blocking and some of the running he was doing. So you see the second half, he's come in there with some fire, and you see him getting off that ball with a different type of aggressiveness.
1st and 10 now, ball's at the 43-yard line, and Nick Rivas is coming in. And you can see they're blitzing now. And Rivas is rolling to 11. He gets and that was a pass. You've got to make that pass, as he was looking to hit number 87 on that play. But Nick Rivas was under duress, and he was trying to hit Christian Gonzalez and just went a little bit over his head, and that's your tight end, Christian Gonzalez.
And for me right there, Gonzalez has to understand, to me, I think Nick Rivas was trying to throw him open. And Gonzalez, you have to get on your horse right there and get out there, because he catches that ball, he's still running.
Absolutely. So now you're looking at a 2nd and 10, ball's on the 43-yard line, 10 minutes and 37 seconds to go, and they hand the ball off to, it looks like that's the Hillstock. And I'll tell you, he's getting some runs now. It looks like he picked up about 5 yards on that play.
And he's coming out the game right now.
Yeah. And on that play, and coming in for him is going to be Tyree Miles. So let's see, it's 3rd and 8 for Etiwanda, and let's see what they're going to do now. 10 minutes and 8 seconds to go. You have Nick Rivas and Tyree Miles, and that was the starting tandem 2 years ago for the freshman team. Great little slant pass as he hit number 11 on the play, and that's going to be Dillard.
And Dillard right there, a good play. Dillard's one of the bigger. Bitterman is probably the taller receiver, but Dillard is a nice, has nice height and size, and did a really good job of running after the catch, and got some positive yards, some needed positive yards for this Eagles offense.
And I'll tell you, Rivas has changed the tempo tonight. 9 minutes and 46 seconds ago. Now they're at Rancho Cucamonga's 45, and they hand the ball off to Tyree, and Tyree got met in the backfield. It's like they almost like Rancho had directions on where he was going.
And the offensive line right now, I have to tell you, they're not doing a good job blocking this Rancho Cucamonga's defense. You can just see them right now. The linebackers are picking a spot, and they're just running right in there, causing all kind of havoc in the backfield for the Eagles.
2nd and 12, balls on the 47-yard line, 9 minutes and 17 seconds to go. You have Rivas. He wants to get the ball out.
Oh wow.
That's not holding because it's in the backfield.
Exactly. I was about to say that's not pass interference because you can do that right there while he's behind the line of scrimmage, as you mentioned, and you can see that DB right there got hands on that player early. And again, hats off to this Rancho Cucamonga defense. Excuse me.
So what I was saying is the quarterback he was trying to catch the wheel route with Tyree Miles in the backfield. But in that play, and the smart thing you can do behind the line of scrimmage, you can do pass interference because it's behind the line of scrimmage. And Rivas throws the ball up, and he just got rid of the ball on that play. A lot of misdirection and confusion on that play. That's a dangerous thing. You threw it into traffic.
Well, he's running for his life as soon as the ball snaps. Again, they're going to have to – I don't know if it's going to be two backs, but the Eagles right now are going to have to try to figure out some alternative ways. And they're going to call – it looks like they're going to call – there's another call on the Etiwanda offense. And I'm not – it looks like this is a 15-yard or so. This may have been a personal foul of some sort.
Absolutely, and that's a huge one because that's going to and that's going to be big for the punt. That's going to give Rancho Cucamonga, again, some great field position with 9 minutes and 2 seconds to go, and Rancho Cucamonga's already up a score of 28-0.
Well, the bigger dilemma is that the Eagles' offense was just unable to convert, and again, another high snap.
And they get the punt off, and it's going to take a Rancho Cucamonga bounce, and it's going to get the ball looks like it's going to be down at about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, right now, just really, really tough going for the Etiwanda offensive line, just having some problems really blocking up front. The Eagles are just what you see right there. There's been some miscommunication. You've seen some high snaps, and you've just seen a lot of Rancho Cucamonga players been able to penetrate that offensive line.
Absolutely. So 8 minutes and 54 seconds to go. Rancho Cucamonga is going to get the ball. They spotted it at the 40-yard line, at their own 40-yard line. They're going north. And they have 4 receivers, and they run that sweep play, and great blocking. And it looks like that back is going to get to the edge.
And they did call holding. The holding was called right there.
And that play, that's one of those plays. That receiver, it was a jet sweep, and that was Bowden, and he strung it out. And you can see Etiwanda's made some adjustments because that play was gashing them in the first half.
And right there, I saw the players in the defensive backfield starting to make that adjustment right at the point when the snap was being made. But as you mentioned right there, the coach is starting to make some adjustments on that outside run, and they're getting some penetration now.
Absolutely. So now 8 minutes and 47 seconds to go. Now you're looking at 1st and 20. The ball is now on the 30-yard line for Rancho Cucamonga. So now let's see, 8 minutes and 37 seconds to go.
Yeah, right now they're trying to get the snap off.
And they roll it out, and there was some pressure. That was a great little timing delay, but picked up about 5 yards. And now you're going to still be second at about 15.
I've really been impressed with C.J. Stroud, the junior quarterback for Rancho Cucamonga. Really, again, good job. He really does a good job of again, sucking that defense in on those screen plays, and really does a good job of getting positive yards.
Absolutely. 8 minutes and 2 seconds to go. You're looking at 2nd and 25 for Rancho Cucamonga. They've got Etiwanda making adjustments, and that slant has gashed him. You to the 40, to the 30. No one's going to catch him as he gets all the way to the end zone, and he just puts on the wheels, and that was number 3. That was Getchaway as he hits him on that slant. And that slant has really got Etiwanda all night long.
And the slant play beats you when you cannot get hands on the receiver. And again, the Eagles defense let him run free right there. Nobody put one hand on him. And he just goes right in the middle right there, wide open. The quarterback, again, has done a good job of throwing these guys open. And Getchaway, with a game-breaking speed, has put these guys up 35-0.
7 minutes and 47 seconds to go. And as we say, that was a big play. They had the ball on their own 35-yard line on that play. So that is a huge touchdown pass.
A big-time touchdown pass right there. And as you said, the slant play has been giving the Eagles defense huge problems, and you can see right there that the coach is clearly upset.
And on that play, you think about it, that was about a 10-yard slant, but it on the record, it's going to go down as a 65-yard touchdown pass.
No question about it. And again, like, you know, what you have to do is when you're being gashed like that with the slants, you have to do a good job of getting your DBs and linebackers in there to start putting pressure on them. And you got to put hands on these guys.
Right.
Otherwise, it's going to be an extreme, you know, they're going to throw that slant on you all night.
Absolutely. So let's see what Etiwanda can do can they respond? Now we see they're down a score of 35-0. They're getting some momentum, but it's one of those things. The penalty here, penalty there, are the 3 and outs has really been their Achilles heel tonight.
That coupled with an inability to block up front, and they're not allowing their quarterback to have much time right there. And you know, and what that does for you, you get happy feet, and you said we saw that with the sophomore quarterback. You know, again, you start trying to hold the ball a little too long, and you know, it doesn't make you comfortable in the backfield.
And they're doing a bit of a pooch kick. Once again, they're kicking the ball, and Etiwanda's going to get the ball at about the 25-yard line. They're not kicking the ball deep at all. So on that play, we'll see what Etiwanda can do. They're going to get the ball at their own 25-yard line. So we'll see what they can do. And once again, they made an adjustment at the quarterback position. And now they had Rivas out there, and they also have Tyree Miles coming out as well.
Yeah, we're going to see right now.
Actually, it looks like there's another adjustment at quarterback.
You're right about that. It looks like they have Dalen Wilson at quarterback, and they're going to just run the ball.
Right. They're running they're running like the Wildcat, and that looks like that may be successful.
Well, they're going to run the option. It looks like.
Right.
They're just going to run the option with Dalen Wilson right now. I want to say Dalen Wilson is a junior for him.
Right.
And again, a kid I told you to look out for. We had no idea he'd be playing quarterback tonight.
Absolutely, and typically he plays wide receiver. But now they're deciding they're going to make the adjustment. It's one of those things where I'm sure they feel they need more speed on the field just to keep the defense honest.
Well, what it is they just haven't been able to block for the quarterback. Pardon me.
Right, and that's a good point, as you mentioned. So you have Wilson and you have Tyree Miles in the backfield, and now you have 3rd and 4 with 6 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And I'll be interested to see if Wilson's going to put the ball in the air.
I don't think so. I think right now what they're going to do is they're going to run the football, try to get this clock run out, and see if they can get a big play. Now, if they get a big play, you might see him pass.
Right, absolutely. And Wilson, they got the ball, get the ball to him quick. He gets the first down on that play as they run that sweep. And that's something that they need to do just to get the offense rolling.
Well, sometimes, and you're going to see Nick Rivas come in here right now, now that they've on a first down. But I talked to Coach Davis. Dalen Wilson was a guy who came in there, made a big-time touchdown for him last week against Los Osos. So he's a very capable football player, and obviously you see right now he's a guy that they feel confident in to put him at quarterback.
Right, and they got Rivas in, and he's putting the ball up. And a quick pass right there, and he hit number 8, and that's Williams, and that's a good 5-yard pickup.
Good job by Malachi Williams right there. Caught the ball in traffic
actually Aaron Williams.
Excuse me,
number 8, Aaron Williams.
Pardon me, Aaron Williams right there on the 5-yard out play. Good job by Rivas, getting some positive yards, especially on first down. That's really been difficult for these Eagles tonight, is getting positive yards on first down.
2nd and 6, the ball is on Etiwanda's own 47-yard line. So they're in business now, and you got Rivas puts the ball up again.
But even
in a lot of jostling, but I would say that was probably uncatchable.
Yeah, no, and I think what happened right there was, again, clearly you see Rivas on his back. I mean, as soon as he takes 3 steps, there's traffic. So right now, again, the offensive line just hasn't really been able to keep him upright.
3rd and 6. Ball is on the 47-yard line, 5 minutes and 33 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And this has been some of the best movement that Etiwanda has gotten as they hand the ball off on that play. And it looks like you picked up about 3 yards. Do you go for it or do you punt here?
That's a really good question right now. And I think the decision's already been made early to go ahead and go for this.
They're going to bring Williams in. And like you said, he's kind of like your Wildcat quarterback. And they're going to bring him in. So you got 4th and 4. The ball is at the 50-yard line. 5 minutes and 8 seconds to go. What else do you have to lose, right?
Right. And you see a lot of teams doing this now to kind of switch speeds a little bit, kind of keep defenses off pace. Somebody comes in and runs it. Somebody comes in and throws it.
Absolutely. So 4th and 4 for Etiwanda, and they have back at quarterback, they have Dalen Wilson, and Dalen Wilson.
And there's going to be right now what they got is there's two people moving right there, and what happens is on an offensive set, and again that's the problem when you put in a different quarterback. The quarterback's job is to get everybody set, and there's two people moving at the same time, and that's going to be a legal motion.
Now that it's 4th and 7, the ball is now at your own 45-yard line. Do you still go for it on this play? Yep. You're sending Rivas in, so they are still going to go for it. They're going to roll the dice.
So they went from a time where they had a good run play they could have ran, and that's why they had Dalen Wilson in, and now comes in Nick Rivas with an obvious pass play.
Absolutely. So let's see what Etiwanda is going to do. That DB or corner ran, and Rivas decides to run the ball, and on that play because there was you said he's running for his life out there.
He's running. I mean, and like I said, I mean, even when people are open, it's very, very difficult to keep your head upfield when you have that kind of pressure coming up front. It just makes me think that maybe there was some kind of change at center or something like that for the Eagles because all night they've really been having some really tough time. You know, there's been some issues with the snap. There's been some problems in terms of trying to really block up front.
Yeah, and with that play, so Rivas kept the ball and tried to scramble for the first down. It was unsuccessful. So you have a turnover and down. So Rancho will now get the ball at Etiwanda's 49-yard line. And that's got to be a block to the back, and it was not called. And C.J., what a play right there. What a move he put on that defender to get – he almost got sacked, but got rid of the ball in time.
Yeah, and Dalen and C.J. Stroud might want to watch out because you can see he's been extremely vocal with the head referee out there, and that's one of those things you want to kind of keep quiet as much as you can out there. You don't want to, even though they're up big, but that's still something you want to keep an eye on.
And that's one thing. It's one thing to be vocal, but I saw a player from Etiwanda get pushed in the back.
Exactly.
And that wasn't called. So 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go for Etiwanda against Rancho Cucamonga, and they were going to jam the receivers, and then the DBs pulled back. And this is one of those plays where that slant.
Yeah, I was about to say. Yeah.
Has really hurt Etiwanda tonight. You have your DBs on island.
Well, and right now what you see, even with the slant, the DB, especially on the DBs on the outside, are playing 10 yards off. So it's really difficult to get your hands on the offensive player when you're that far off. And again, these receivers for Rancho Cucamonga are track stars. So I mean, you have to get them off their route as much as you can, and it's very difficult to do that when you're not playing tight coverage on that receiver.
Absolutely. So 4 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the third quarter. We'll see what Etiwanda can do. And while we have a break in the action, we want to go ahead and make sure we say thank you to the sponsors. Because without the sponsors, this game wouldn't be able to be possible today.
These sponsors have been really extremely helpful for us.
Absolutely. So we want to say thank you to Navarro Wholesale. Navarro Wholesale believes that the car buying experience should be a hassle and stress-free experience. They have only the best hand-selected cars with pre-approvals through their 100% secured credit application with finance experts ready to help. You can rest assured knowing that Navarro Wholesale will take care of you. Their years of experience in the business has developed that relationship. Visit them at their beautiful car lot at 1793 Valley Boulevard or give them a call at 909-260-3883. And while we're away, a big play we missed there.
Right there, the quarterback, again, does a good job of doing a running back screen. And, again, he just does a fantastic job of sucking that Eagles front inside, and then he'll just kind of lob that pass out there and was able to get at least 15 positive yards for the Cougars.
Absolutely. So 3 minutes and 48 seconds to go. So that's going to be a 1st and 10. Now the ball is at Etiwanda's 37-yard line. And like you say, C.J. Stroud has just been having a great game. And look at that move right there.
It's a fumble.
That was Bowden, and I think they're saying that he was down.
Oh, wow. That was a fumble right there, clearly.
And they're going to say that he was down by contact. So you're looking now, it's going to be second and 9, so they're only going to give him 1 yard on that play. So 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go.
Good job by the Eagles right there coming up. I mean, and Bowden has been really torching them all day on that screen play, and good job by the Eagles right there, staying in their lane.
Absolutely. So Etiwanda trails the score of 35-0 to the visiting Rancho Cucamonga Cougars. And you have C.J. and the shotgun, hands it off to Mark Perry at number 20. There's a flag on the play, so that's going to be coming back. And usually that's in the area of holding.
Right, and that's a good catch right there. It looks like it's going to be holding on number 68. Looks like he literally pulled his man all the way down like in a wrestling move, and that was caught quickly by the referees.
Absolutely. And we also want to say log on to salhernandez.com of Mountain West Financial. As the branch manager, he will pair you up with a licensed mortgage loan originator who will walk you through every step of the home loan process. Ensure that you make the right choice for you and your family is his ultimate goal. He is committed to providing his customers with mortgage services that exceed their expectations. Browse his website at salhernandez.com. Check out the different loan programs available. Use his decision-making tools and calculator and apply in just 4 easy steps with a free qualified application. salhernandez.com. And once again, Rancho is right back at it. And look at that. A quick slant, and there it goes again. And he's out to the 10. He's to the 5. And that's number 8 for Rancho Cucamonga. And that's Dixon Veal once again as he gets to the end zone.
And they have some track stars out there. That's like the third time we've seen one of their skill players just outrun the Etiwanda Eagles secondary. And if it's not a slant, it's a screenplay. All night they've gotten beat by one of those plays.
Absolutely, and that's going to put Rancho Cucamonga up now 41-0 pending the extra point with 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go. And that's the one thing, every pass play that they've gotten on that, it's pretty much been that slant play.
It really has. The slant or the screen. And this time it was a screen right there. And again, the quarterback is really doing a good job of deceiving the defense. You have to, it's one of those things like where as a defense, you have to understand, if you're breaking free like that, if everybody's breaking free, it is a reason. And generally speaking, the reason is they're running the screen, and they haven't really been able to respond like that yet, and they really got caught off guard several times and beaten big time.
Absolutely. And while we have a break in the action, we want to thank Tough Sheds. Tough Sheds is more than great sheds. They're garages, camper shells, and great structures, too. Tough Sheds has been providing building solutions since 1981, creating hundreds of thousands of buildings and happy customers along the way. Visit them today at toughshed.com. That's TUFSHED.com. Or give them a call at 1-800-BUY-TOUGH. That's 1-800-BUY-TUFF. And Rancho with another pooch punt, and that's going to, it actually takes a dribble and almost went out of bounds and kick. I think they're going to say it did go out of bounds.
Oof, that was really a good job by number 11 for Etiwanda right there.
No, it looks like they're saying the player went out of bounds.
Yeah, Dillard. It looks like he ran out of bounds in an attempt to get the ball because he was actually anticipating the ball was going to go out of bounds, and it just gracefully rolled on the sideline and stayed in bounds for the Cougars, and really great kick.
So they're going to mark the ball at the 22-yard line for Etiwanda with 2 minutes and 21 seconds to go here in the third quarter. So Etiwanda, it's been tough sledding tonight.
It really has, and they're going to go ahead and start the series off with Nick Rivas at quarterback.
And that's the second time that's happened where there's the quarterback is thinking the run's going one way and the running back is going another way. And on that play, it was a dive play, and stuck in the backfield was Tyree Miles. And
Tyree Miles got met by 3 Rancho Cucamonga players. And again, that's been something that's been happening all night where they have just been able to, the linebackers are just gearing back, and they're, the coaching staff for the Cougars are just sending them every time. And it's been working all night.
Absolutely. And Rivas, again, is in the pistol, hands the ball off once again to Tyree Miles. And once again, he is met by a sea of football players as he tries to get to the line of scrimmage. It was 2nd and 14. Now it's going to be, they're going to mark him as 3rd and 14. The ball is now at their 19-yard line with 1 minute and 29 seconds to go here in the third quarter. It's been tough. It's been tough running the ball tonight.
It's really been tough. And again, it just, the offensive line, that's going to be something I'm sure they're going to have to really work on all week. It's kind of getting them on the same page because if that offensive line isn't clicking, you're going to see results like this where it's just really tough for the quarterback to kind of get comfortable.
And that's one of the things. And that was a screenplay. And on that screenplay, you talk about a response time. That's a screenplay where the lineman was able to, he got sucked into the quarterback and turned around and reached around in one motion and caught the running back.
Yeah, and right there, and seeing when you see the Cougars running that screenplay, you see what they're doing. The quarterback is he's able to hold the ball a little bit longer, and such that the Eagles front up a little bit, and the same thing's not happening for Etiwanda's because that penetration has just been tough for the quarterback.
And it's going to be another punt for the Etiwanda Eagles with 26 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And there's been some mishaps with the punt. One block and one punt snap that went over. And look at that, number 5. He catches it on the border. He's to the 40. He gets to the border. He just missed a big shot, and that's Bolden. He caught the ball at the 40 and his own 40 and got it back to Etiwanda's about 35-yard line.
And Bolden is a speedster for the Cougars, and he, as you mentioned, he caught that ball right in stride and really put the Cougars in business again on the Eagle side of the field.
Absolutely. So with 12 seconds to go here in the third quarter, Rancho Cucamonga will get the ball, and we'll see what they can do when they come back out.
Again, Coach B and Eternal right here live on Fox Sports Radio. Game of the week, we have the Etiwanda Eagles 4-2 taking on the Rancho Cucamonga Cougars at 2-4, and wow, right now 42-0, the Cougars are up.
Absolutely. So you're looking at 1st and 10. The ball is now at the 50-yard line for Rancho Cucamonga with 12 seconds to go here in the third quarter. And they have their quarterback, CJ, out there. They have 3 receivers to their left and 2 to their right. So they're empty sets right now. Put a running back in motion, runs the jet sweep. And let's see if they're – and you talk about getting to the edge. And that's number 16. Great sweep right there.
It looks like they're going to call a hold if it's not – yeah, that judge right there. Looks like that's the back judge. And generally that's a hold on the offense.
And that was SARS with that run. So it looks like it's going to come back. Since 1964, Snyder Collision Center, a certified collision repair facility, has been a family-owned and operated business, providing an extraordinary repair experience throughout the San Gabriel Valley and the Inland Empire. With locations conveniently located in Alhambra, Corona Duarte, Fontana, Glendora, La Puente, Loma Linda, Montebello, Ontario, Pasadena, Paris, Riverside, Rosemead, and West Covina. Contact them today at 888-722-0088. That's 888-722-0088. Or visit them on the web at SnyderCC.com. That's SEIDNERSCC.com.
So there was a holding play that was negated by the Eagles, and they actually accepted the block in the back. So there was actually a clipping play by by Rancho Cucamonga, and that play was accepted by the Eagles.
Absolutely. So it looks like that's going to be the end of the third quarter. So Rancho is in the hole, but the way they can get yards, it's never a lot of it's never a huge penalty for this offense the way that they're clicking. It's hard to believe this is a 2-4 team.
Well, again, I think when you look at who they played, sometimes you and I, we kind of and not just you and I, folks in the media get caught up in the record, and they may not be conscious of who they played. Again, if they started out the season against a team like Roosevelt, one of the top teams in that Big 8 out there with the likes of Norco, Corona Centennial, et cetera. And then they have another. They have another game against Norco, and Norco's a big time school that plays extremely good competition. So then as you said, then you come in and you play some other teams coming out of the LA County area, and so they've played huge big time competition. So when they come in here and face the Etiwanda Eagles team, they're not a deer in the headlights. They're a game team that's ready to go.
Absolutely. So that's going to be the beginning of the fourth quarter for the Etiwanda Eagles against the Rancho Cucamonga Cougars, the visiting Cucamonga Cougars. It's the Fox Sports 1350 High School Game of the Week. We want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're so excited for this game. So now we'll see. Once again, quarterback C.J. Stroud hands the ball off, and he was met in the backfield. What a play right there. Ooh, what a shot right there. And that was a handoff. And what a big play. He was met in the backfield, and they handed that ball off. It looks like they handed it off to number 82, who is, I would imagine, is a wide receiver.
Yeah, and he was playing. He was in the running back duties. I'm sure he's telling the coach, I don't want to do that ever again.
And that's Nico Busquets, at the running back position.
Yeah, and he got the Etiwanda defender held him up a little bit, and right at the whistle, another defender came in to clean him up, and that was a big-time hit.
Absolutely. 11 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the fourth and final quarter as Etiwanda. And there's a whistle on the play, and let's see what that's going to be called as.
And just to confirm here, it looks like the Cucamonga Cougars have put in a new quarterback, and that's going to be number 19.
Good call.
For them. That's going to be Michael Woodward.
And while we have Michael Woodward,
sophomore quarterback.
So now with 10 minutes and 54 seconds to go, as you said, number 19, that's a new quarterback. He's in the shotgun position. It looks like we have a new quarterback, and it looks like we have a new running back as well. And the running back is going to be number 43.
And number 43 for the Cougars. Looks like that's going to be, trying to pull it up for you now.
Burton.
Kalai Burton.
So that's going to be, it was 3rd and 30. So Etiwanda made the stop, and it looks like Rancho Cucamonga is going to go ahead and punt. So as you said, they brought in some new players. So it's 42-0 here as Etiwanda takes on Rancho Cucamonga.
Yeah, and the clock is running. The clock is running right now. And, it's one of these things where, folks coming into the game, folks are saying Rancho Cucamonga maybe not the same team this year. And I don't know. I mean, you're looking at this team now. They look high-powered.
Absolutely. And on that punt, it takes the Etiwanda bounce, and it dribbles back to the 50-yard line for Rancho Cucamonga punts to Etiwanda. So Etiwanda's they're going to have the ball at midfield with 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the fourth and final quarter. So we'll see what Etiwanda can do here. If they can, you at least want to put some points on the board before the game's over.
Indeed, and right now, you obviously never want to get shut out, but it looks like Etiwanda has put in a new quarterback. I saw him warming up on the sidelines, and it looks like that is number 12 from my viewpoint. And if it is number 12,
yes, that would be a senior quarterback, Porch.
So.
And that was it tried to get out the quick swing route, and on that play, it was just a little bit off on that play.
And on that swing route right there, even though you're going outside, you have to start making your way. As soon as you get outside, you got to start making your way upfield. And that was actually a well-thrown ball right there, but the running back has to understand how to get that route and cut that route off.
Right. Quarterback Parker Porch for the Etiwanda. He had 3 receivers to his left, has running back in the backfield. And it looks like there's going to be a new running back as well. And he's got some decent yards on that play. So that's a positive thing for them. And at running back, you have number 26 at running back for Etiwanda now, and that's going to be the Senator, Jerry Brown.
And it looks like Parker Porche coming in, and it looks. I'm trying to see here, and he said he's a senior quarterback.
And they give it to, once again, the governor, Jerry Brown. Nice, decent run right there. Gets the first down. So that's positive yards for Etiwanda.
And for Etiwanda right now, you'll take anything positive you can get, especially within the field of play. And right now, at least it looks like they're starting to kind of get some momentum going. And they have their running back in there, number 26. That's going to be, as you said, Jerry Brown, the governor.
And then you have Porche. I think it's Porche.
Porche.
And he's rolling to his left, and there's a flag, and that's usually in the area of a holding.
And Parker Porche does a good job right there, rolling out.
Oh, it looks like it may be. I think he's indicating the chop block.
Okay, yeah. And that happens right there when you have, looks like they had a new set of linemen kind of come in the game. And that happens, especially late in the game.
Absolutely. And since 1964, Snyder Collision Center, a certified collision repair facility, has been a family-owned and operated business providing extraordinary repair experience throughout the San Gabriel Valley and Inland Empire, with locations conveniently located in Alhambra, Corona, Duarte, Fontana, Glendora, La Puente, Loma Linda, Montebello, Ontario, Paris, Pasadena, Riverside, and West Covina. Contact them today at 888-722-0088. That's 888-722-0088. Or visit them at SnyderCC.com. That's SEIDNERSCC.com. And on that play, Jerry Brown with the run. So now you're looking at second, and there have been some plays where Etiwanda's just been stuffed, and there was a loss of yards on that play. Now you're looking at 2nd and 18.
2nd and 18. So generally speaking, this is a passing down right here. So let's see if they decide to pass for the Eagles.
And hands the ball off, and once again, Jerry Brown gets stuffed in the backfield, and That's just a tough play. 6 minutes and 19 seconds to go. He was met in the backfield the minute he got that ball by number 90, and that's going to be Jonathan Vizalek. So now you're looking at 3rd and 18 with 6 minutes and 5 seconds to go here in the fourth and final quarter. The ball is at Etiwanda's. They're at Rancho Cucamonga's 44-yard line. So let's give Etiwanda what they can do. 2 receivers to your right, 2 to your left. And you got Porche in the backfield, and he's going to go up top, and he just gets swamped on that play. And there's been a lot of adjustments at the and changes on the field at the offensive and defensive side of the field, and still, quarterback just got swamped on that play.
And what you see happening right there is just an inability to be able to block the Rancho Cucamonga front. Their defensive front has just been causing havoc. Them and the linebackers have just been, they're sending them almost every play on a blitz because they've gotten to the quarterback, or at least gotten them, they've made them panic a little bit and gotten them uncomfortable.
Absolutely, and with that Etiwanda will punt the ball, and it punts it right on the dart, and he has a chance. He has a chance to go on that play, but he was stopped on that play. And
it looks like that's going to be number 5 again for them. That's going to be Bolden on the return.
Absolutely. And Tough Sheds is more than great sheds. They're garages, camper shells, and custom structures, too. Tough Sheds has been providing building solutions since 1981, creating hundreds of thousands of buildings and happy customers along the way. Visit them today at toughsheds.com. That's TUFSHED.com. Or give them a call at 1-800-BUY-TOUGH. That's 1-800-BUY-TUF.
And right there, Etiwanda Eagles right now coming in, and looks like they have a couple of new faces on defense right now. Let's see if they can put some pressure on this new quarterback.
And that was a high snap, and just getting right into the backfield. Etiwanda was able to get there and stuff that quarterback, and that's a big play. That's
going to be number 2 right there. Dalen Wilson comes from his DB position out there and gets the sack on the quarterback. And it looks like right there took advantage of that high snap.
And Dalen's still playing. With 4 minutes to go, Etiwanda down a score of 42-0 against the visiting Rancho Cucamonga Cougars here on Fox Sports 1350, the high school game of the week. And let's see if Etiwanda can make any positive traction. And that's a low snap right there. And and the quarterback almost got away. Low snap, but Woodward alertly picks up the ball and picks up about 4 or 5 yards.
I think if there was a little bit more on the line, they would have called that ball down right there, because it looks like when they snapped the ball to him, he caught the ball, but the ball hit the ground. And so, generally speaking, that would be the ball would be down right there in the backfield.
3rd and 19, the ball is at Rancho Cucamonga's own 23-yard line. 3 minutes and 17 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. A lot of changes and shifting of players getting out there on the field. And another high snap. And he almost fell into that sack, Woodward, and it's getting chippy out there. Players have got to be careful.
Yeah, he did right there. And as you said, that was a good job right there. Looks like by number 40. I don't want to confirm. And it looks like that is number 40 for the Etiwanda Eagles. And that's going to be Elton Aglu. And big-time play right there. Really stood up the offensive lineman. And as you said, when he stood him up, when they fell, he fell right into the quarterback, which allowed him to get a sack.
Absolutely. So let's see. The referee, I'm not sure what he's telling the player. It looks like he's sending the player off.
There's an equipment issue. It looks like there's an equipment issue right there. So now the Rancho players are signaling there's nobody there to punt.
Right.
They're trying to figure out who's going to punt.
Absolutely. So it looks like they've got somebody else to come out there and punt. 2 minutes and 14 seconds to go. So they got a backup punter to come out there and make another punt.
Yeah, it looks like the punter didn't have his shoe on, and so the referee sent him to the sidelines.
And safety thing. These are high school athletes, so it's safety first. And that punt, that was a short punt.
And maybe they get a score here.
And Etiwanda picks up the ball, and number 2, Dylan, and he's got to the 5. He's to the 10 to the 5, and this is going to be and that was a bad punt by Rancho Cucamonga, and that's going to be the best field position Etiwanda's had all night long. They're going to get the ball at the 5-yard line.
Great job by Dalen Wilson reading that punt, aggressively ran up to the punt. Sometimes you have to watch out because that ball may bounce on you, but Dalen Wilson recognized that punt was badly kicked he went up and approached it really with a lot of speed, got upfield for at least 30 positive yards, almost scored, broke a couple tackles, almost was able to score. Great job by Dalen Wilson.
And Etiwanda's going to get the ball actually at the 4-yard line. And they have, and as we said, they had an adjustment at quarterback. They have Poche at quarterback, and it looks like there's going to be a timeout called on the play. And if you get a chance, we want to tell you, log on to Sal Hernandez of Mountain West Financial. As the branch manager, he will pair you up with a licensed mortgage loan originator who will walk you through the easy steps of his home loan process. Ensuring that you make the right choice for you and your family is his ultimate goal. He is committed to providing his clients with a mortgage solution that exceeds their expectations. Browse his website at salhernandez.com. Check out the different loan programs he has available and use his decision-making tool and calculator and apply for a loan in just 4 easy steps with a pre-qualified application. That's salhernandez.com. Great gentleman. And also, Navarre Wholesale believes that the car buying experience should be hassle and stress-free. They have only the best hand-selected cars with pre-approvals through their 100% secure credit application with finance experts ready to help you. You can rest assured you're getting the best that Navarre Wholesale will take care of you. Visit them at 1793 Valley Boulevard or 909-260-3883. Give them a call. And Etiwanda wants to get the ball. Quick little toss pass, and it looks like I think they got into the end zone.
They fell into the end zone.
Yes,
Great job.
They did. Great pass play right there for Etiwanda as they get into the end zone. And it looks, and that was number 12 that on that pass.
And number 12 for them is going to be Parker. No, I can't be number 12. That's the quarterback.
The quarterback.
Yeah, Parker Porsche was able to throw a great route, and it looks like he may have thrown it to the tight end. I'm not sure exactly who got that ball, but a great job. It looked like about a good 5-yard outplay, and they did a really fantastic job of getting that in there. And Etiwanda, they will not get shut out tonight, able to respond and get some points on the board for the Eagles. Right now with 17 seconds left to go in a football game, looks like this game is going to be called here shortly. Just want to say thank you guys for tuning in.
And on that play, we're still working to see who caught that.
Well, it's late in the fourth quarter, and sometimes when a team is down like this, they put in some of the other players who may have gotten a lot of playing time. So generally, these are players that you may not be as familiar with.
Right, absolutely. But nonetheless, Etiwanda was able to get into the end zone right
Indeed.
at the end of the game. So that, and now bearing the extra point. The extra point looks like the extra point is good. So that's going to bring the score to, and that's going to be the end of the game. So Etiwanda scores 7 points. 7
points right there. Great job by Vicente Garcia coming in with the extra point. And as you said, that'll conclude the game. And a tough game for the Eagles. They didn't get shut out. And so, and as a matter of fact, you know what? That doesn't look like that was Vicente Garcia in there. Looks like that was the young lady, number 20, for them, Ashley Rankage, went in there and kicked the field goal. So big shout-out to Ashley, got in the game and kicked the extra point for the Eagles tonight. Absolutely, and that was Ashley, as you said. And I'm looking at the stats, and it looks like they credited Bitterman with that touchdown catch. So I don't think that was 80 out there, but that was nonetheless, that was a touchdown catch for Etiwanda, and they scored the touchdown right at the end of about 2 seconds to go. Yeah, great job right there. Again, a really, really tough loss tonight for the Etiwanda Eagles, but they'll be back, and they'll get a chance to respond and see. They have their opponent next week is going to be a gigantuous challenge for the Eagles. They're going to play Upland. Upland right now is number 2 in the Fox Sports Radio poll. So they're going to have to really be on their game. Absolutely. So I'm Brian Arrington along with Eddie Talbert Jr. saying so long from Etiwanda High School, reminding you that tonight's final score was Etiwanda 7 and Rancho Cucamonga 42. Remember, if you get up tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., make sure you tune into the Fox Sports 1350 IE Sportsnet with Coach B and Eternal.